their ability to discover foolish people. Like some year NPP got talent go who she'll be to say Yandoh or twice a mic or one case or twice a mic. She'll be to say Abronye. Every year NPP discovers a foolish person. And Oman discover 5 day or maybe aba. Girl ya was a buntie like Osiwenima. I said condom idea to actually get research. I don't get it. How are you people able to do it? Accra Kumasi Expressway no or say a 198-kilometer expressway. Insia eba and insia echo or see a dumb. I will not respond to anybody, but I'm telling my God to respond and make sure you people go through the same pain, the same last breath the young man went through before he died.
Kevin Taylor, no. I was saying NPP for say omoye NPP got talent. I won't grab no nima because afi bia omo release say bi obi ara na adwen shedanye papa bia. Kevin Taylor timi kasa samwe. Wow. To me there. Oh yes, to me there. Obi abenya to me. What I say. Eti Kevin Taylor no. Na wafaya Abronye Paula Yandoh no ne omom keka ho. Na wati simu. Ose ono oye president 2.0. Se Mahama niwa ono no oye the president of Ghana. And enyanwa so okasa di agro de but MPP for na hu say ono control NDC. Yes. Omo de say the MPP for ne ka say Kevin Taylor ene control NDC. But has no okay ebe mamanfo bi agye di say some MPP kan yampa. Well, away from that, Omanpanyin call parliament budget no ewonsem no ya boyrem ntinya botenanity.
This is Boadu TV, truth and integrity.
Ghana are very complex, and a year Nana Dankwe Kufuado neba umia 8 years omubedi Ghana sono. Omama Ghana for abeti a year amanyo asamsu asipa. Now, so many Ghanaians now understand what politics, CBIT, the dynamics, when people are trying to lie to them, when people are trying to use them, and also when politicians, let me say it that way, when politicians are trying to use them as leverage. Now, you can see that a year President Ekan, a year State of the Nation, on the Ghana for Edin Komo, Ede in Semina etu yenim ewie ye no. Minority omi NPP for no. Koko nsama na etua omano a omudi wura parliament no. Omu pie free parliament no. You don't really hear them speaking on the Koko matter. Because sena omu asempa ka said the president bekan in the State of the Nation and I say nensema oni Ghana bekan no. Sensema bekan say na entwasum efa Koko ho ne Ghana sensem ho a anka ba hu senka president kasawie no anka omu talking point pa ebeye about cocoa farmers. But on say ade bi sie president kasawie no minority ka kire say oh almost the State of the Nation beba na ye mo atel be adwada ekire ho bebi omo ankasa so e de omo de beba na de na wanwa pa ne say after president kasawie ye omo nyina free parliament no say wutie omo nyina e wo radio so any TV so a they are not even really talking about the cocoa na ekutekuta omo so cocoa kuafo da omakoma so no. They are now trying to make it look like say when he be president no they all can settings yeah omo sheda ni assembly a omo gina so aka say president ne be kan no in fact okan we ni nyina ya tro ebe si time ame no woka say the minority in parliament omo ko radio so omo ko TV so omo ana omo di cocoa kuafo politics a omo di cocoa kutaye metima ka kire say minority MPs are normal parliament 90% of them. This is the first time I almost saw cocoa, ekuta cocoa, physical cocoa. MPP for MPs, no. 90% are not cocoa, no. Ekuta omo parliament, no. Almost first time I almost saw cocoa mnie. Na almost sheda and so cocoa muda. Omo nim senya cocoa ankasa net ye. Debi anom cocoa TV so anase omo cocoa ewo de ewo bookum. Inti ended your mobile and no be say or people were thinking that after the president's speech, the minority leader Krano, he was basically going to base all his response on the cocoa issue they are bringing up by force. But interestingly, minority didn't have opportunity to speak to the president, They could not even stay on the cocoa matter because time Mahama kasa wie no Ghana fo nyina be hu say cocoa won sensem no NPP for e de ye propaganda e jandam e ya tro e na omo person de cocoa farmers no e den e ye. Now omo wie state of the nation president akinkan wie and the whole day ye ne NPP for atena eti omo radio so ye ti omo e wo TV so ye ti omo baby bebre social media. Interestingly, they are not interested in the cocoa conversation again. Adentina MPP4 are not interested in the cocoa conversation. Adentina cocoa enkomono omuntumi endini biem. Adesisiano I say omo de tete. Adesisiano omo nam ena omo hwehwe communities a omo hu say oh hade e vote kakra wa ha. Hade ekuafo kakra wa ha. Yenko ne yenko daada omo. They did not even make that cocoa na nekuta omo their priority today. Until you can go back and go listen to all of their communicators and also the MPs are no more parliament. And say, why wasn't cocoa their main conversation? The reason was that cocoa and ekuta nobody dada cocoa for 90% of MPs are no more parliament in there. Cocoa and ekuta no mu be da physical no mu so bi mu da. Na omu endim senya cocoa and kasatie. This was the first time almost so cocoa na de ama eye cocoa nkomo no omo ntuma ndi biem anase sesia no Ghana fo akuafo dodo de hu se MPP fo nka no kre ne se ende ye nyina ya be hu se eba cocoa ebo ende de abeto dwa ene se Ivory Coast fo ebeti omo cocoa ne so ende ana ochina omo de abeto dwa se omo cocoa no omo beti so na omo beti so akoduru sen ye ka kire Ghana fo se NDC aban ene John Mahama aban cocoa ekuafo de ehia omo no ene hia aban we and John Mahama kan and they say there is no way cocoa ekuafo mo Ghana ono na aban ebebu cocoa ekuafo and they see ewo eye Ivory Coast ne say omo cocoa na sebio ni adwen say omo de omo cocoa no ebo no woso cheye no and Ivory Coast for aban say omo ti cocoa no so aba fom. Now, a cocoa na omote aba from no omote so saying. Na so omote so a omne Ghana for cocoa ekuafo wana mo na sika beba omu nsem. Ende the abeto dwane say ende wo ton Ghana cocoa bottle baako a eto Ivory Coast for cocoa bottle mienu. Ende wo Ghana na wo cocoa bottle baako a etumi to Ivory Coast for cocoa bottle mienu. Busa ho say eye dan na ewiase afa na nyina ye nyina nim se cocoa price no every 12,000 a ton ababedu 3,000 still NDC aban John Mahama aban etumi a ton cocoa sebio cocoa ekuafo mo Ghana cocoa sebio omo ye tofiri omo no ne boy ye din echen Ivory Coast ne boy ye din echen Nigeria and ne boy ye din echen den Cameroon. Now shade this is what is happening now when it comes to cocoa and worldwide, the AC or Ivory Coast enie. So share a Ghana ni cocoa in Kitamudia and the John Mahama can okrenon. Ya catch them wa munyina munim cocoa for munti enamiye we answer na mekwa kobo Mahama no asem any state of the nation in some okayano. Bebe say yet we free ho. Now upko Ivory Coast and the menoka say a kilogram of cocoa no abani say obetono between 800 sefa to 1,000 sefa. 800 sefa to 1,000 sefa. Now oba Ghana yani cocoa no a ton Ivory Coast for normal cano a 1 bag kilograms. Now so equivalent per ton na so Ivory Coast and the Ivory Coast buying a to cocoa ton ba kubiano almost ton between $1,450 to $1,180. So what the bag Ghana sikemua Ivory Coast for ton no almost a ton $3,580 a ton. Ivory Coast for cocoa 16 bags no almost ton between $1,450 to $1,800. Oba Ghana cocoa ton baku cocoa bottom kwa edunsia a ebe ton no Ghana abain etono 3,580. We're 2026, 2025, 2026 crop season. Now, so uko wenima, that means say udru equivalent per kilograms per bag na and the oko Ivory Coast. Yato cocoa bag bia no omotono between 1,400 Ghana cedis to 1,800 Ghana cedis. Untumi ento eye Ivory Coast cocoa bag bottle bag could be over 1,800 Ghana cedis. And so in the over Ghana, na se oto eye cocoa baga. And the cocoa bag could be a 2,587 Ghana cedis. 2,587 Ghana cedis per bag. Inti enda we Ghana cocoa niya, and now we cocoa kwenye. So ukuta one bag of cocoa bottle one bagger. Etumito Ivory Coast for cocoa bottom yenu. Inti sawati asia. Mena waka say sa cocoa na omusene boya ding. Jo Mahama ebu cocoa kuya Ghana. Jo Mahama sebio ondo cocoa kuya no. And the world news and the dahona mede no. So be wo any other factor say yeboa onfa ne de nemra. Intiende utam Ivory Coast for cocoa bag ba ko a ewo Ivory Coast omoton between 800 sefa to 1,000 sefa. 800 sefa to 1,000 sefa no. O de ba Ghana ana o de call dollars mu a eye $1,450 to 1,800. So o de ba eye cedis mu a and the utam cocoa bottle bako ewo Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast buying eto cocoa bottle bako biya o de ba eye Ghana sike mu a 1,400. What tomana bro so cry 1,800. And the Ivory Coast are buying eto cocoa bottle bako biya the what tomana born aya din pa 1,800 Ghana cedis bottle bako. Sende oba Ghana buying a John Mahama buying eto cocoa bottle bako biya 2,587 Ghana cedis per bag. It is our check here. Omo reduce cocoa na a bono just 28.6%. It is from 3,580 no. John Mahama make sure say cocoa kuya no ya anti cocoa ni so to the point sebio Ivory Coast for crampo cocoa bo be din achenye. It is under we cocoa kuya ni wo Ghana. Na se NPP ni ebegyina w'anim a na wabusa ne se NPP ni yi se si anomate de omo ka nyina yate sebio cocoa ye no omo a ye ne omo airpreso ewo eye Africa ha eye Ivory Coast for me am ye Ghana ni sisi ano Ghana ni cocoa kuya ni no se me de mi cocoa ko Ivory Coast e beto ne sen aya mumusa NPP for sa question no mumusa omo say me ye Ghana ni cocoa kuya ni mumusa NPP for enyumre say NPP for yi enda me no ka say samitam cocoa bottle ba akoko Ivory Coast for beto ne sen me pese me hu say ma ban na e wo Ghana na ebu mi ana say embu me eno na be mo hu say NPP for ye nkwasiafo ana say mo nya nkwasiafo. It is simple to make it easy no, to make it very easy no. Ghana's price is significantly higher than Ivory Coast new 800 to 1,000 sefa per kilogram. Now, farmers in Ghana currently earn about 2,587 per bag, while Ivorian farmers, as we speak, under the new cut, earn close to 1,450 to 1,800 per bag. For a farmer's perspective, Ghana's price is better even after the emergency cut. Now, Ivory Coast's drastic reduction is aimed at clearing stock and restoring competitiveness, but it severely impacts farmers' income. The reason why in Ivory Coast for Crampono, Cocoa no, Ompese, Omotesu, Ebedu 1,018 in the say. Omo Cocoa no abroso. Omo stock Cocoa man abroso. Bebeka Chemo has say Brazil for Omoto eye Cocoa free Ivory Coast. Almost Omo Peso Mobeto. Ni nyina ne say almost omo nji cocoa ni ndi ebi wo ha eye galamsey cocoa ebi wo ha yare wom ebi wo so makototo no baby a omo nim baby efiri enti Ivory Coast for no kra no cocoa ebuso e ma aban no kra pontumi mo musika kese aban say no cocoa bottle back bi obeto 1800 Ghana. That is the highest. Otono as low as 1400 Ghana. It is MPP for about wa. Now your cocoa ni anadwi ya. MPP ni bia be gina wo no say MPP mate. O say NDC for so number may say 7,000 some may 6,000 ya tiase. Ewiase enye nkwa de dua cocoa. Ivory Coast for so dua cocoa. At a point under MPP near the cocoa no come Ivory Coast for to if you say no mo bo no ye chen ye. Ne nyina ti krom ha. Na Ghana kuafo etam cocoa bottle de ko Ivory Coast koton. If you say na Ivory Coast for bo no na eye. Enti mumbu sa MPP for na anadwo maba mo ho no say we de asrem o ya no sisumina so. Ya mpese ebedi matam sa munim nyansa. Senda na twi mi cocoa kuani because demonstration won crime. Because kacha ban say onto cocoa nim. Se sia no mebu afu me pese betam cocoa bottle no ko Ivory Coast am beto no sen. Enti we it's just a message to cocoa kuafo mo Ghana. Wa wo cocoa bia no bra wo ase na sebio pe ekwan bi so na aban ento. Efri said de eko no wontumi entam cocoa enko Cote d'Ivoire because cocoa bo na Cote d'Ivoire no e wo fom e chen Ghana. Enche bia say yen close e border na ye bo se Cote d'Ivoire for ewia cocoa de ba Ghana beton. Na se Cote d'Ivoire for no etumi enyankofo wo Ghana de cocoa de momo na omo fam akuafo de chikoton ma aban a that means say mo cocoa de be mo ka tie me we cocoa kuani atie me MPP for gina woni mu keka nkwase asem and the Ivory Coast for be hu say Ghana for cocoa ni boy din e Ivory Coast de mo kai say a year or 2 or 3 ago na Ivory Coast for cocoa no na ne boy din chen Ghana de na mo Ghana for cocoa akuafo ya bi na mo twum cocoa no sebio ebi mu efa ho e de Cote d'Ivoire koton sesia epono na dane table no a shift information yenya no Ivory Coast ne say Oma ban se cocoa no obeton ama omo eye 1400 Ghana a bag. Omo so cocoa ebu omo so Ivory Coast ho. Cocoa apatana ye ma. Oma te se Ghana ye to cocoa bia 2580 a bag. Information amede ma on say Ivory Coast for cocoa kuafo no omo ne MPP for the bi kasa say omo betuma agi omo cocoa na aton wo Ghana amomo. Tie uye cocoa kuani a tie de make a chiro no so we Ghana cocoa kuani a Ivory Coast for no omo air plan say omo de omo cocoa de baba Ghana abeton sa politicians ya omo na omo aban mu a MPP for na omo ne Ivory Coast for din sa wo so e ka chem so omo fam cocoa nkoto wo ho no Ivory Coast for ni omo start ne MPP for no e di nkomo omo be di omo cocoa no e ba Ghana na sa omo de omo cocoa ne ba Ghana cocoa board de ebede no mo hu se cocoa no efri asankregwa ana efri bono ana efri sehwi cocoa board de cocoa no ohwe na owe na cocoa no nseye na cocoa gina na so a obeto enti se mo anhwe ye a mu cocoa na mo se monton no eye Ivory Coast for ba beton omu cocoa no ama Ghana aban na mutifie eye MPP ende news aba no exclusive Ivory Coast to cut farmer cocoa price with earlier start of mid-crop, sources say. It is how your cocoa kuani na Ghana. Na oda huti cocoa so ka say MPP for say Ivory Coast for neba. Cote d'Ivoire for the cocoa neba. So obedi MPP for echi mama kan kwase sem we akireo. The aban we ayamaw. Eye aban we efutu om de amaw. Aban we etumi atena ho adwene cocoa kuani ho. And yet to cocoa bag 2,580. And the Cote d'Ivoire cocoa bag 1,400. Almost how cocoa chain. Almost how benye. Almost how ni munkofo Ghana. Almost how ebe tri cocoa na sa di aba Ghana. Ghana aban so already so obeto cocoa no 2005. Now we are processing o Ghana. Dudu obi o hobi obeto. Into ya Ghana cocoa ni kuani. Now with the MPP echi say ya ntiasia. Moti ha na Ivory Coast for beton mu cocoa ni nyina ma Ghana aban. Muti krom ha and Ivory Coast abeton omu cocoa nyina di ama Ghana ban na mu cocoa na sei obanyansafo yebuni be sa nkwasiafo we Inform wo, they don't care. MPP for inform ho. The more your politics. So this is coming from the president, Mr. President myself. Monyan in term na mo fam koko ni koma koko board no monto. No mo mamu boto bia 2,500 Ghana. Because Cote d'Ivoire for deba. Mo amunim sanya mutumi wuro mu koton wo ho no. Omo so betumi wuro ma beton wo ha. Aban ne de border na ogina so na enya ni nyina na betuma stop it. Inti we de efuto ne de mamo. After today no emu atwa yenka koko asemu biam. Wa koko aka wa patam. Se wentuma anton a sebio also koton ma NPP. If you say aban aka achrew. Ivory Coast for cocoa bottle 1,004. Ghana cocoa bottle 2,580. Anyway, choose bako. Ivory Coast for neba. Cote d'Ivoire for neba. Amudium cocoa neba. Because cocoa ne bu so. Abani se cocoa no e bu so. Obienwa autumn cocoa. It is why ready. So why ready? Say ukoko no be kipu a ene kipi because ye de yan say koko aba ye beto unya ready say obeton a tina ho so obeso de ko Ivory Coast so a epro ne da ho fakọ bottle ba ku bia 1,004 me da say nyame nshraw we de obanyansa 4 yebuni be now mum ye nwura eye and the state of the nation a president ebedi ho nkomo no team stay with me we Ghana ni obebusa ho say me team ni say men kan chemu kokoko akuafo say aban nokwafo eye chen aban otrofo. An honest government is better than a lying government. Me team ni say men kan chemu say aban nokwafo eye chen aban otrofo. Aban we edi nokware. Aban we aye truthful. MPP betina so no otrofo ba omia na edi omunim and omu da hu di tro. An honest government is always better. It is always better than a lying government. MPP aban na money omutina 8 years no nipa na odi omunim no omu ya atrofo ba omia oya trofo. Ne bema tenten kura onim. Ne bema esen nim ne tenten ba omia ntumi nkan kyerɛw. Inti koko akuafo mo hwɛ mu yie pa mudi agro bu koko ni nyina be pro aban we ka kyerɛ mo momfa koko ni mbran beji 2,500 a bag momfa koko ni mbran beji 2,500 a bag motena ho na mudi MPP echi Cote d'Ivoire fo ne ba beton mu koko da ma aban yete ha budwuma mo di nyina be hye mo bre nyina be yakwa MPP de mo ye politics and there unya fertilizer free unya insecticide free unya spray machine free aban eboa through the agric ministry we nyina ade a aban de aboa se koko no one fan koton ma aban agi 2005 Ivory Coast for ba beji 2007 Ivory Coast for say 1008 crore meji Ivory Coast for 1006 crore meji ya ma 2508 so they also pay Ivory Coast for your mom 1,004. Odru kroma near man 1,550. Obeji. Koko ne budu so owudi ovanye. In the moment na Ghana, edi MPP nkwasiafo we chia. Ejuma mu ye nyina afi atwam nyina ebeye kwa. Ukoko ne be pro. Koko mu amunim enche na pro. Ade ma cocoa board ebo kapa eye preparing cocoa before it is exported. Dinche bibia. Unum eka cocoa board bo afibia when it comes to preparing cocoa before cocoa is exported. Sa me chraw eye processor eye cocoa board. E was say omufamu e preserve cocoa no ansa na cocoa no edu eye the buyer wa you will be shocked. Sa cocoa na cocoa board eto cocoa kuafo no ho e wo Ghana no about 20% of that cocoa no say ansa na akudu. Do you know why? Because oto cocoa ni free unsemu wia or na say or spray cocoa no or making sure say emuankum or so make cocoa na dry or so or this share bottle papem or say or preserve cocoa to the point bro ni nsa soma or because cocoa we say ye it eba cocoa board e car cocoa board kra ebo e we kuafo ho no say say can cocoa board ka say omo de mam we kuafo anke or say cocoa your toboto be 100 Ghana. But realistically, Ghana buying efa sakano because only cocoa kuafo na edi dwuma. It is a one to man ton cocoa na cocoa ni siwa. Ivory Coast for bar na cocoa na wo na cocoa ni jina na so a. Ivory Coast for ya mo 1007 o mo beje. And minimum ka say mo nyonko cocoa kuafo na omo border no so no. Omo starting Ivory Coast for ni di nkomo. Ivory Coast for ne catch am yan fambre mo ana because at the mama mo turn 2005 na mo de mo mbre 2000 omo je di aba. Hwe wogin sa agro ne edi. Wo de tena ho John beto aduane kura onya bindi the NPP nkwasiafo wechi omo elibo border no so ne ade no kokoo akuafo ro ho no Ivory Coast for the frefre omo ça va la coco da 2007 sen credit 70 or 1007 keke or tiswa 1007 ko border no so ko hwe ça va comme ça à la Côte d'Ivoire à coco la famille ou la coque omo Emma, Equiafor said, Dabi, Yabani, the also 2005, you better on sa Ivory Coast for Coco, Equiafor, Tesla Magana, Coco, I'm so pet. Oh, the Otia, MMP Pinquasiafo with that out. Ivory Coast funny bow. Betty witness so. All right, moment jump. Mr. S, I'll try, compress, and talk about this later in the show. Later in the show. I don't know if I have, but and before I be state of the president's speech, you know, Andra na me catch Ghana for say NPP for me catch them say omono omumbu enkran for and no pay ba omia kwa kochia gamanche. Me say mo ba omia no I control him. Andra na me catch them me say Mahmoud ba omia umbu enkran for until I tell him to walk. He will not walk. And I no patutu to gamanche kran na edo jina gate no me be sra gamanche afei na mate se gamanche pra wenya accident Mahmoud Baomi anya correct NPP for mo anya correct meaning their plans against the camp people they don't like Nkran no these people they are bad people say Andrew na Jumi Gina almost say they are bad people. They are thinking bad for this man. And then opatututu. I feel what is a gamanche accident. Was your penny or to be too quite a crofo froso, ekobutu, and him for him say, kusie, on the gamanche and a tin crying. One is a gamanche accident. After me catch and Andra say, go Jimmy, koho, nam penny for and on your mutias aseneso, and opatututu. Onyare neto kan, I feel no gamanche. The disrespect. Yene, ya directing my candidate. I am controlling Baomiano. And I will decide whether Baomia becomes president. And I have not decided yet. And then Opatutu Odrimika Gamanche. Oh, Gamanche, you know, I didn't know you had an accident. Oh, boy. He does not like the man. Omunyosa Gamanche. Makachamo, one of the honest chiefs in Ghana, not kings in Ghana, Gamanche. He's very careful about the way he speaks. When he's speaking in public, he has never involved himself in politics. Politics. You see them every day. Politics. But this man has tried to stay within the middle because onimse the position, a very sensitive position, and the corona capital. So he cannot do petty things. So this man has conducted himself as the king of the guns, and he has proven over time, say, the track record of staying neutral has been very, very organic and straightforward. Andrew Mika Jimmy say, Gamanche na mompana asamana, motimufi odidi na temuno, na moka say, he did not campaign for you people into muba mubetuno no, and a patutu to baomia sorry. Medebatra shano to akwa Gamanche ho. This is fake. Nobody sees this as a genuine visit. A check Kevin Taylor, ebo tuja. Menoka say, or shem you. And Makachra ne yireno, mokona ne yira akodino, ebe kamba umia. Mokona Samira di yano, memana kaba umia. Kaba umia any problem. But because of Samira Baumia, Mokona Baumia, Samira dino, memana kaba umia. It's a way, and can for this alone should tell you, say, Baumia does not respect Gamanche. Until I tell him to go. And son of Soriako. We will come back to this matter. Now yanko enim. Mo de mo NPP for there mo munim. So let's go straight. Now Yamagana for ehu the echo. President Eka Bibi Efa no bed syndrome. Abagana. Eye empa ho asem. Let us go and listen to the president. Or say, you don't need a comfortable bed to save a patient. Or your doctor, or your nurse, you. Eni se wunya empa eye answer we save a patient. Ye can say we all disagree with the hospitals are omo anji patient no. Say bia mo de beto bench so kura na maboa no. Say ne de wo ye ya fine. Wanye ya bunim say mo ye mafemu de. I said here say it is the responsibility of the government to provide beds, to provide hospitals, Papa. And the president, Emma State of the Union, State of the Nation's address, no, or can was say, Nebo and Jusso say a year Yari for Beba Hospital. Now Yari for no, or one he him, now Sebio, Yakasa Uncle Fie, if you say Impani Ho. Or so Jitum, say Yanina, your dear Hunyamo. I was saying a Ghana Nibia to become hospital la, or so Onya Empadaso. Ntone dear. And yet say Ghana ni ebeko hospital la ebeka se impani wonti Ghana ni no onhwere ne nkwa. O se sasem no odi ya wo ho na sebio emblem nurses no emblem hospitals no entirely. Se bronika se entirely a onfa sobo ni nyina mbo mo. O de sobo so ebo ye de Ghana fo eye ye ne amanyofo ene eye ye ne a ye hye emra se e wo se sa nyoma no e wo ho ma eye nurses ene doctors edidi omudwuma. Edi President Mahama say even though assembly and yano, I was said sebio nurse for the doctor 40 as said. It does not matter ni panic condition. Sempani wo kra enimanimu aya sebio yatoto nyomano. So obi woka ana obi bre ana sebio obi wu na ope baby adana impedi wo kra. Yempe baby manenda so unya latest foam, unya ash foam, unya empapapa to save a life. For the meantime no nipa ne nkwa ne hia. Se sebi odi to bench so kura na we nya nkwa onyame nim se mo de mo ye de mo betuma aye na ehia se o se yete ho ase me hu se Ghana na ye kikire no e wo se e ma apomdin sebi o eda ye ni so eye ade bia e wo se eda yakoma so into se ono na aban no de omo ye se omo be ye no ne se eye Rage Hospital na eye Regional Hospital e won kan no omo ye ya NPP betena so infio watwe oman from Sanka phase 2 no or say or she Ghana for boss say Rage Hospital no phase 2 no obeye or say aye police hospital na omo ye ya NPP ba ye omo ntuma mbiem amananya kese amfa mpangum no or say or she Ghana for boss say aye police hospital no obebiem or say eba la General Hospital na NPP led by Bawumia omo butugu ye na or she Ghana for bo ende say obesi Osaka bibi osi oba asantememu a Sewia Hospital na omo kekasi ani omo jama NDC MPP say omo mpo ejantum na nya adwuma no omo jagu wa hospital no started say SRC no osi omo ba be complete na omo dania ma asanteman akom osi Afari Hospital no osi sa hospital na omo si ya omo jama ba omia MPP say ankomu bia no na asanteman enya hospital nko enya mpanda so na emma tan omo asantememu a sebio ebi MPP fo a omo be wo omo ma ese ekufo ado no na omo nya bebi wo no osi sa hospital za MPP jagu wo no eye Afari eye Sewia no omo ba osi ende on Ghana for kasa omo ba be ye bia no osi the almighty comfort and eye Bawumia any MPP omoma otumfo osetutu ehye chacha ofre ntoma ebebutu nipa enim se sebio akwa epre se nipa enyeji kobo na onfa enkoye eye hospital no uba children's ward na ana children's side na eho hia se emba eji awo sebio omo a omefo omo ho afa omo ba no ose sa eye children's ward no sa eye konfonoche ho no obe make sure se otiso oye president obeye. And in summer President Mahama edwedwe mu kire Ghana for no. Why Rage? Waba beto so ose osa bebiem. Ono na see UGMC. Ono na make sure the police hospital gina na so obebiem. Ose Sewia na osi ye no, Afari na osi ye no. NPP bejagu na asantifo de hye wu se nkraman no ose ohye Ghana for bo se one na aban we omo beye ama ye bia no ama asantifo de hye odi mokodi nkyene otumfo eye asanteman kotoko ne ndehye a omo anyanyem betuma akọ afọm ba President Mahama ano asema ende okan ye nie mama remfi sebio se obi ekutabi na oka so bema obi a eni se oyem hyehyew eye John Mahama we ya ne si eye de eye kejetia John Mahama we ya na asanteman impuntudwuma papa bi e wo ho mamponfo nsu a omonom a enne sebio omonem wa num nsuo no John Mahama ban NDC aban e de be nsuo mo ye ba asantemam a nyoma bebre eye NDC ye no ni nyina no e ade a abo asanteman ende osa chirechire mu cha asanteman ene Ghana nyina se hospitals wabobosui Rage Hospital, Police Hospital, La General Hospital, Sewia Afari, any Confono Children's Ward, no, or say or Ghana for Bo, says Sa Hospitals winning or your President of the Republic of Ghana, no, Afia Ebesimuno, any Afia Dianimuno, or be making sure Sa Hospital winning Ebo Juma. And it comes back to my question. It comes back to my question. Is this not about politics? Hospital beds. Hospital honsem enya politics. John Mahama bejina ho. Ebeye dan no wetuma me nyampa hospital. O se me president e wo say you provide ma Ghana for. Enti is it not politics? Enya no na make acha Alban Bagbe no. This is pure politics. Eba empa honsem. Eba hospital a yentumi nka say we should have that conversation devoid of politics. Na sa nipa na obeka sa asa no oyo mambofo. So I go back to the Speaker of Parliament again. Think about your utterances and apologize to Ghanaians. That is why the president today is standing here telling us to say, when it comes to children, when it comes to hospitals, when it comes to beds, it's the government and politicians who have to make a decision. So president in any abino, I'm more imagine and your imagine so Ombe hospital. You and I, we cannot build hospitals. You and I, we cannot go and put beds in every hospital. You and I, we cannot resolve the hospitals or retool the hospitals. It is only through politics. And it's not President Bejina Hono. One can say, Eba apomudin, empansama, enya asama wasi de amanyo, eya manyo, ensem, and a bit mami nyampa, ewa fari hospital. Eya amanyo nsem, and a bit me, and the menoka say, eya sewia afari, ye bet me pegum, and it's a bit na parliament. No catcher say, Mama Yan ka empa wasem, Mama Yan refer to a kufuado ne baumia, Omoka Sombesi hospitals or Wensi, Omoka say, Ombesi la generals or Mubuye, Omoka Sombesi, agenda one or Manyano, a politics, a Mama Yan can, Asadi Pano, Sebi or your mambo 4. So I still stand on my case, and I'm still disappointed in the Speaker of Parliament and any member of Parliament who said that conversation, it is not political. That person or your mambo 4. And then President Bae, one can say, let me ignore this matter because we cannot add politics to it. It is politics. Politics in Kwan Nebema. It's my message back to the Speaker of Parliament. Come back and apologize to Ghanaians. All the MPs who are sitting in Parliament telling Ghanaians that let's have this conversation devoid of politics. You have to come back and apologize to your constituents. The Speaker of Parliament needs to release a statement and apologize to Ghanaians because his principal job is to sit there and do politics. Yentna, we don't just speak anyhow. We have a reason why we criticize people constructively. Omwa Sebio, because of because of they want to be known, because they want to write on my shoulder to be relevant, you know. As some to a brand original Owuya wedi 29, no. Me bought Empire Cheminyan coupon say, you people should find yourself in the same position very soon. Moi, motiti social media, motiti radio so. Because Kevin Taylor, I don't know criticize the speaker. I don't know criticize him. Say, I am praying to my God. In the name of God, I am praying to him that Adena Branton Femuna Owuya Wenyam Panda Sono. If it is politics, I want to be able to go through the same and then later come and sit on Facebook, come and sit on radio, come and sit on TV and tell me it is politics. And I will praise the Lord. I will donate to the work of God. If those people go through the same experience, that young man who died from negligence, from no bed syndrome, I want all of you to go through it. And I'm praying by the end of next month, some of you will use your story to tell the politicians that talking about beds and all that is a political issue. I will not respond to anybody. But I'm telling my God to respond and make sure you people go through the same pain. The same last breath the young man went through before he died. His country, Onuni Kro, could not save him because of no bed, because our politicians could not make provision for bed. Our politicians failed that young man. You, the same person, whether a man or a woman, who thinks, say, me criticizing parliament to make sure beds are available for every sick person whenever they are in danger, and you having an issue, I pray to my God, and my God never disappoints. You, in the name of God, within 3 weeks, 1 month, you have to go through the same pain. Then you will be a testimony to this matter. I'm not going to mention names, but you all know yourselves. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And some are making adanse oho. Answer na NDC yeba abemuno. Na inflation, general inflation, nyoma nyina boarding 2022 na yebewura 2023 na enam 54.1%. 54.1. Na nyoma boa diama ayese sebio baranzu. Unim baranzu. Adiana ntafo di cha wechi ujimi ojongwa. Na inflation mo ayedin from 54% 2022. Ose Mr. President. Nkofo no yebe wie 2024 edane abanhye yensem no. Na omo create some magic bi eda Ghana for say na eda 23.5. Because now omo gin say Ghana for Jimmy na yebeko elections no omo be hwie sikafon bi gumu na omo di ni shafo enti every 54 2024 na obegya ban no na ebeda 23.5 eno krampo no na eya homte Mahama ka so Mr. Speaker asema mi ken so obi wo counter argument a omeka se meboa o se me begyi eye Ghana as president and me party betena so no inflation no yatam free eye 23.5% no me no ka Sunday yatam free 23 atiaba fuma bedu 3.8%. Mr. Speaker umpe we na opeka ya motium. This is governance from 54% to 23%, which was not something you could rely on because it could have shot up. But what this government did, tam free 23 na beto ye na enkofoye efie fake money egu system no. They knew it was still at 54, but John Mahama did not complain. And menokasa 2026 January and February menokasa inflation nyoma boarding atiaba 3.8%. Conservatively, 13 months inflation at Tiaba from sa into Mankosro. For 13 months, Mr. President said inflation at Tiaba from and America say Ghana's inflation is close to the inflation of the United States of America, 3.8. I see NCWA time I to me more around 2024 no. Now petrol near to 15.2 Ghana cedis a liter. Na inflation no amanyu memo aye ding ensema president kai nyina me hu se NPP di bia kwatena radio se oboa. That shows abanya odinukre o see meji eye akonwa no NDC ebetena so no na petrol na yeto a liter 15.2 Ghana pesos uto be a bottle no sa 4 and ye friend 1 liter na yeto eye yeto the 15.2 Ghana pesos. Now and petrol ebaya babedru even 9.5 pesos. Ebedu 9 cedis 50 pesos. Menoka say petrol ending around just 10 cedis a liter. 10.7 cedis a liter. And you see the difference. Also, Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, the American in our crataso, Obia ni wobetumagina baby, I said the American anyho, anything ebesi ene, ebesi enyumbre. Ye hu se NPP ni bia kwatena TV so say President Mahama boa time oba power no na petrol ye ntono eye a liter for 15 Ghana cedis. Omu nyina nim say President nsem na woka no eye no kre. President take us say Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I say diesel time about power 2024 no. Not diesel a liter of diesel na ye 15 Ghana 14 pesos. Mr. Speaker, and President Mahama and the Ghana forecast, and I'll say, and the diesel, and we're around 11 Ghana cedis a liter. And it has shown, say, over 11 million Ghana for omo driving, omo yina esewusika omo botom, or say a bar or share Ghana for no, and no na all yeno. and sebio Ghana no esi kwan so a saa nyoma ye hu ni nyina no ye boy ho modern a ebeba for more okasa kire Ghana mind state of the nation a wutie no o say Mr. Speaker manento Ghana form di dwuma di hye mensa and obia to the nia ohun say ye kwan wo Ghana na opeso ka ho asem kakra bi ma Ghana for ti ase dwuma di a odi e ma Ghana nyina o say big push project no dwuma ni nyina eye dodo no eye ekwan a omobeye e wo Ghana and omugusu eye o say sika omotwa atowo eye 50 billion cedis sa sika no na omode ba be big push adwuma ni nyina in fact say ye 50 major roads in Ghana wankasa santima nkoa wankasa ni krom gonja nkoa wankasa mi krom fantime ma na mi krom ahunaminem wankasa ebia bole anase wankasa ebia nzema fokrom o say eye the whole Ghana o say indwuma and omasha ase e Ghana and the big push no obi ani tua and baby obefe bia hu say ye kwan o say Mr. Speaker ma me cheche bibu kakra mu nkire Ghana for o say ye about 1,144 kilometers of road nationwide ekwan a tenetene afa nkurase afa nkurom afa bridge ase afa nsuom ekwan a sebio na weni na so say betume biem o te saa kwan ketenketene akase ni nyina no dodo no hye 1,144 kilometer road we nyina e hye under big push no say asem no de man ye edekura ne say omo sheda nya omo adwene say omo de omo ne esi region ba ko pe ho e na omo ye hu adwuma omo say the 16 regions no Mr. Speaker 16 regions no about 75 major road projects and ekoso o say Ghana eye mantem eye region nyina no about 73 major road projects and ekoso now o say Mr. Speaker asema okay say obi ebeka se oboa ochina no panipa ne mra no metena TV so ana mande ebeka se oboa o say NPP aban every eye den power no eye ejuma eye about 23 road projects are sebio contractor of the maya omo ntuaka contract ni so a yan start omo start so a baby omo ka ye na omo ntuma ntoa so o say sa contract ni nyina no omo sisi ya sika sebio ye di contractors ka no about 15 billion na ono de or president for the people and president for the nation or a nation builder sa ekwan a NPP for start ya omo di hu sika sebio omo ntoa so no o say ni nyina 23 major projects. Now, sa ekwan ni nyina no it is about ebeka 1,444 kilometers no one. Right now they are going to add it to 1,144 no. We have close to 2,000 kilometers of road to do. It was say sa ekwan na ba omiamu ja ho no or the nyina be big push na se a ekuro bia e wo Ghana bia NPP aban dada mo omudi contractor be si wa omudi grader ba ko fa so omuja ye na sebio ye sign contract no o se na aban e be wie ni nyina obobobo nkuro bebre wo Ghana and the men ka say o se Ghana no it is under construction baby a wo bia no ye ebu adwuma o se ukọ baby setepa and go to kro ekwan no ekoso baby to say Kumasi bypass ekwan no ekoso ukoso ame interchange ye nyina yehu eye baby to say Sunyane ebi koso Sampa kwan no so ebi koso Techiman ebi koso Winneba eye Cape Coast kwan no ebi koso aya de ko ebi wo ho dodoa ebi koso Tamale ebi koso Wenchi Sola Bole to say Cape Coast baby ya it was Mr. President catch Ghana for say ono NDC no big push no the buy no 50 billion no ebe so obia so obia be hu kwan no and men wo ka say Ghana ni bia ehu de ekoso Ghana or say Ghana is under construction and where de enya book mu ekwan yo ye nyina ye ni tua Ghana obia nim se ekoso obia hu kwan na ye no John Mahama say Ghana for emma ni ever gidie nse ni mu omoma NDC kwanya no na omntena so nche na obia krom yenguso asphalt na Ghana no embeye krabehwe eno eka Ghana for muntie me yaba aban mu 2024 no de be hu ne se yanyina mu nkane ho nsem ni nyina na agiegu o se eka ye beto ye no na oka na eye opepepe 80 billion cedis na eka NPP for apro eguo okasa no se sa eka we ebo ne hu ba o se sia de a osua free atamel so ho ene de wosua e politics mu ene aban a watenem asua mu suade no anhyeda impusu na free se na onim se wabase obeye dwuma mo Ghana Now say sama time omo buy no na NPP aban aboka 80 billion cedis at war. ECG deka, Greco deka, Netco deka, gas a yeto edima ye nyina munkane agina na so eka etua no to. Na sebio IPP sa yaje eye enyina munkane kakra firi omo ho edima Ghana for eka ese omo ko mu. Nti no se otwa ne a entwa. But omana adwene ekọ so se e wo se obodwumaden Emma Ghana no efa ne tuma pefra. O se de na etwa ne nsunum a na ye ne ya ene se Emra na oye president from 2012 to 2016 no. Oni IMF for tenase. Sorry, World Bank. Emma World Bank for my yesike bia. Se bi obeka se sika ye de boy echi dom. So obi ba se oni e ba be ye enyinamunkane ho nsa woso ana se edin sa woso a. Opeso hu se oman we se me de misika ko hyemu a na debi nyoma ankoya me wo sika bia metumi aka se meni da so a metumi age free omo ho. John Mahama ne IMF World Bank for kasa time oye president 2012 to 2016 and or the $500 million to ho. Inti bia Singapore for epese omne Ghana for ebedin sawoso fa enyinamunkane ho a na se omde omusika ebe hyemu Ghana se 200 million a omnim se saa sika ne da ho se Ghana for say omu 200 million a omu betumi age saa sika ne de ate omuka o se saa sika na Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado ne bawomia mo beto ye no omu dwiri sika ne nyina eno na Samira bawomia mo de toto omu bags eye Rebecca Ekufuado mo de court trips jankroma mo de toto wi omu hyi sika no ma impempenso bi beduru ya na ewiase afa na nyina no ekuro bia ni wa opese ode ne sika be hye Ghana nyinemu kaneam o se ohun saade no ena ka se da bi e wo se ye tenase na ye hye ye nyinemu nkanea ene ye energy gas ho nsensem ni ye na ye hye se ye betumi eyi afri ekam o ka se no se time na MPP woso no bawomia eti economic management team no ho no na ECG na omuni sebio krono ene kata hye nti sika na osa omugegisa light bill no na omutumi gegimu oha emu enchichemu eduasia mienu 62% pe na sa 62% no omusa gipe na omadi amanaka 52%. Into say edum pempensom na say ye energy sector no egu na po betena ho ye nyina ye hu de na ye kom oyela na ye tumi tu ekodum breso na afa ye ntumi ntu gas na ye ntumi ye tumi ge na ye tuaka na ye ntumi ntuaka o se ende o ka che Ghana ni bia o Ghana so obi se oboa eye $500 million a car na eye World Bank sika dawa MPP bawomia ne nkofo die no ende ye ka se wotua ni nyina $500 million sa menhia sa sika mama sa 30 wotua sa sika ni nyina ma eye World Bank and o se o sama Ghana for ati ase se on ye kasa ende gas bia yeto edidi djuma o Ghana bia no yeto ne etua yendeka bia wo adaka bia mu eno ena John Mahama ekirechire mu kire Ghana for e wo Ghana into no ka say John Mahama sabe yi efri impochire mu wabayi efri eye ekam wabayi efri ohaw mu John Mahama ba abetua $500 million no ama ende yekoto gas a ye sika free ataso na yetua we na kire se nyansani enyansafo abanpaba omogene Ghana ho a omo hyehye Ghana efri form akosoro parliament no obedru Accra Kumasi Expressway no o say Ghana for be ba na meka kire mo ye ba beto ye be yanyoma bi a ebi nsida ekwan a ye be ye bi aka ho o say Kumasi Expressway no Kumasi Accra Kumasi Expressway no or say a 198-kilometer expressway or say a high speed way na sabio de emane ye enika wo mun nyina ne say 6 lanes 6 going 6 coming aponchin twem kraman twem bola bed twem odwan twem chese osoro obodam twem eye insia eba na insia eko osi edam na de de ewo sa expressway no nyina ne say osi the two biggest cities in Ghana no opese akwantuo no utu a eye fe eye mre na eye ntem inti se ende ye firi Kumasi eba nkran ana ye firi nkran eko Kumasi a na se ebedi 5 hours a osi ye Accra Kumasi Expressway na ebedi just 3 hours na ye duru Kumasi. Into 2 anajo 6 by 9 p.m. na yedru eye Kumasi na ya park ni ekodi fufuo o say sa indwumadie we nyina no Sa ekwan no ombeye 8 interchanges woso. Adena ye friend no eye overhead bridge akese no. Ose ombeye 8 interchanges. Into 198 eye de kilometer road no. Ombeye 8 interchanges. Sa ekwan no ombeye no aponchi ntwem, kraman ntwem. Chesa wujinemu ana wujinemu. Ombenya rest stops kakra sa wabra na so person park ye ohuyi a ebi kakra be ho bebi ebe didi kakra so be ho ye obebi a sebio uduna sa wota adwo a mechanics ni ade enitina omati bibia ye frɛ no eye Accra Expressway Limited omo ne ye de sa adwuma de ni be hye omo nsa sane ekwan ni bedi mu omo behwe kwan ni so ye rest stop ni ade wo so be manage ni ye overhead overpasses ni nyina no be make sure say bibia no portal ba omo ni ye omo fixe se bebi wo na ehia light omo de light besi omo no be manage ekwan no nti omo beti bibia e friend Accra Expressway Limited Company aban na eti omo de their sole responsibility is to manage the Accra Kumasi Expressway. O say opese Ghana 40 ase yati Eastern Corridor Road or say or catch the Ghana for by 2027 afia yebesim no yenwie no na sa Eastern Corridor Road no waye ahohoro ne nsa de punched pilot say we wie na Ghana for munje asema President John Dramani Mahama and the okachire Ghana for no and yenyina yehu de ekọ yenyina yehu adwuma ekoso yenyina yehu eye adwumaden a and the ukota krade Kumase Obuase all over the place no uhu de ekoso. This is what the president was talking about. About nursing, midwives, pharmacists, doctors for honsema or say and the or kensimu pi. So obi our counter reaction be anasa obwa nipa nemra no onfa a counter documents metre or say so far midwives, doctors, pharmacists, nurse for more Ghana obedi president no 13,500 omunyina aban afọ omedwuma. Or say oma kano aban ye provision to make sure say oma omunya for omukra no ombe for mo asoso. Na odi nkomo no or say eba application fee first na nipa bi eto ediko pe eye edwuma ana nursing school or say yateso or say na buy na teso because we want to say people need to be able to access to buy the application into application na anwene ne sia ne board din no and or pegana ni mana be gina TV so aka say John Mahama boa yenti application so or say yati application so also aka say no say bibia e friend no eye fee stress na aban ede buy no say na nkofo a omuko school eye aban school tertiary institution first year omuntia fees no say every nursing training college student bia or Ghana enda oko aban nursing training college bia no and the first year aban afaka no or say munyina munim se saade no ekoso ade a aban na etua saka no o kasa no say omo ba bebie recruitment on be expanded the recruitment nurse for no ye bebiem na omo for more because so far over 13,500 omotuma fa na ebi mo ho a omunya for omo and ohye Ghana for bo say ombefa omo ho no na ode adesre bi eto Ghana for enim o say osre ye nuanom nurse for doctors midwives any omo ye den apomdin adwuma ne say yedu kotu baby na se bio weni nje ho kura e wo se oti ase se Ghana na ye nyina ye chichiri na o se na aban no e de bibia friend incentives ade a akono se ne bio se bio ye ka se obi enko mimi kroma yodo ana me ma mikrom denu enko ye nurse ho ana pharmacist sa nipa no aban de bibi ba ebema nani agimpo se obekọ ho nti ebia pay a ye de mankofo no omo de kakra beka ho ebia allowance bia nkofo gi no omo de kakra beka ho say na aban through the health minister minta akando no omo de sanyobo nyina esisie ni na sebio eba posting na Ghana for nurse for doctors any omo maka omo pese ye bedi omo beko Ghana for ni nyina no obi abenya kuma edi akodi dwuma na okasa no say nursing trainee allowance no ose na aban a restore na yeti krom ha ena Mahamudu Bawumia opeso obedi president ekoye campaign ena abayu a one nursing training college or starting school yentia na allowed man da enso na Bawumia gina nanim etwa akora ne tro say yetia o allowance na se wotie Bawumia anokasa or say they were going to restore the allowance whilst he had not restored it. And the John Mahama said, well, restore allowance. No? And the nursing training college student be able to say, na allowance in the Mummy Uncle Tie, Mahmoud Bawumia, Abrana Ocha, nursing training college students for Atro 2024. So, Monko Tomano, na Abayua Kitikitibi, Koko Sono, Kremoniba, and the near Biabusa said, Abantie, Bawumia Uchatro. me akwara ebi ni fie matena school mu ha de bia wonam na woka kire nkofo se wetua alawa untua ye ehɔ na Bawumia bɛka se oh ɛnde me ba be frɛ finance minister na alawa na yentua na yetua Mahamudu Bawumia wodi tro ɔne tro ɔfitro ɛde tro da ɔyɛ nipa bi ɔnka no korɛ ugina ha sa ekeka nkwasi asɛm sɛ wobaeɛ no na John Mahama mu etwa alawa mu. We all know John Mahama in 2015-2016 did not cancel alawa. NPP beye campaign chantro se alawa no omu betua abayo akacha se Mr. President. Ma betena school 4 years. Obia ma me alawa. Se mi ditra nkremoni ba onye. O se Mr. President, also person sabe di president. Ma betena school mu me last semester ni mintia alawa bia me tom accounts me ma me ne me papa na tete omo bawrem. Ba omi agye mic na oh asam ne krampo de se eyi meka cha finance minister me make sure say yentua walawa na ye walawa no ube ye betua ma the same Bawumia ubusa ne say na onka ho ne take decisions in government or say da abi e-levy now ka ho ne take decisions or say da abi Bawumia DDEP now ka ho ne take decisions and so to be stage catch obi say oh I will make sure I will talk to finance minister. Who was the finance minister then? It was Ken Oforiatta. It was Grace Jones. It was Amin Adams, Jimmy Fono. These were people Bawumia was controlling. Intimikacho say, Mahmoud Bawumia was the one controlling Ken Oforiatta. Now ask yourself, why hasn't Bawumia spoken about the Ken Oforiatta matter? Because only Ken Oforiatta the bokro. The same Bawumia will turn around and tell you, in the government, I did not have power. I was a mate. I was Jimmy. My president was a fool. I was sitting at the back. Nobody respected me because me a tenny. But he was standing on stage telling young Ghanaians, young nurses, young students that I am going to make sure the finance minister pays you. And their power now what to make the finance minister pay. It means you were controlling the government. Why didn't you tell the young girl that, you know something, I am going to plead with the president. I am going to try and plead with the president to take that decision. But Bawumia told the little girl, Bawumia catch moment to want to say, I will talk to the finance minister and make sure you are paid. Kwasi ampenyi omo ba na obeka say Bawumia de otia ban no na obi aka say obi antio no ejimi Bawumia kwa omo cabinet no omo mfre no. And so Bawumia was standing on stage telling us he is directing the finance minister what to do. And now you see the NPP, they pick and choose. They are very foolish. And I don't know. They have a magic of discovering foolish people. And that is the strength of the NPP. So a political party on this platform that has the technique, the strength, the ability to always discover foolish people, it is the NPP. Every year, I'm going to discover about 10. Also, so must discover. They discover every year. And sometimes you ask yourself, how do they do it? I know MPP got talent and I said, I know much that question wurem no maga say MPP got talent for fools. Na omo audition na omo yiyomo because every year they come up with new group of foolish people. And that is what we have been saying. MPP got talent. Their discovery, their skill and the technique they use in discovering fools every time, it amazes me. Enti John Mahama I catch the nurse for say I have restored alawa and the nursing training college for nyina obia alawa has been restored. Oma I can a daho for alawa no and this yaban etia ni nyina. Nurse for student omo school omo pese omo nursing training college. Omo first year omo dia omo fees nyina no aban absorb. Why na be gina bontina catch Ghana for say John Mahama ka say first year tertiary institution, public tertiary institutions, abani betua eye first year fees. Why na because amana anye John Mahama deliver. We Ghana ni obie ni Ghana ni bu efu when it comes to say ope accountability chain or no. Or say we Ghana ni ono say Ghana ni ono kwa de ohye obo. Say obi a wafa esika edibia no obe make sure say sankofo no sebio omo di ye bone a ye wongyina so no omo nyina atwe oma so o se Ghana for entiase so ubuofu anadwi na wo hwe no anase ubuofu enda no pa na wo hwe na ni buofu chen no se yemfa ebufuo empam ntontom abra wo si wo hwe ho yemfa ebufuo empam ntontom abra wo si wo hwe ho ni nyina de opeso ka kire Ghana for nyina ne se o se mom ye tie ase se emra eya die bi a sebio ende endi wa wadwene be wo se yemfa kotikwan bia so ne mfa ndi obi na de on wasua every eya politics ene nyansa kakra wonya no nyina ne se oni Professor Mills nantie no Professor Mills ka sembi o se emra ewa abotre enya abotre ena sebio enyam ade na de emra eye ne se emra start se enyam ade a enyam no fiko. It is all about all of us understanding say ye pese ye de mra ne di djuma na ye hodi omo a omo di ye krono abo ye krono edi adwirum ye twe omo so a ye nyina ye nya saa abotre no na emra no endi ne djuma pepepe ewom se ye nyina ye pentam ono na ye president obi ani wa oji hit ne chen no o hye ye bo o se oboso ka che Ghana for say emra no wo a eye adwuma ne de se echechechechechecha adiko ejoma echechechechecha gabi ochredako ofe ne to a echechechechecha akukọ ebenum nsuo o se de osia wo Professor Mills ho efa amamuo ene sebio akontabuo hu ne se yebu akonta na sebio o penentem se yemu a aya na wura fi hu se ebia na ochena hu ne ginanim intima akontabuo ne nya pepepe kroje sene beya debi no obi ngina bebi nka se ye kan de kasabo ahye ne yem obi raise objection wa court a o say ma court ni di n'adwuma raise take care of the objection but o say eba eyeden akuntabuo say ya twi nipa bi aso ono ni bu ofu chen but mo me nyina ntia se kebi ma me kebi ne atimi as far as the court no ho attorney general investigations ye di nipa bi akogina emrana no o hye Ghana form say echechechecheche ye den a akukọ benum nsuo enti ende okasa no say Yoko has recovered more than 600 million cedis some hu bebre na munim me na okasa Yoko sebio John Mahama ba ya almost started di omudwumedie no krono bi a nipa bi abo ka nipa bi awia nyoma bi a nipa ye no eye sumase omobusuafo ye politicians e bi nya politician no sika opepepe 600 million Ghana cedis and then the Yoko enyama Ghana o say ebaswa and yenmo kasei ana onemo kasei ensema eda pono so a omu hwehwem nipa bi hu akoka adwam a yetoto oma no de oma ko gina court no it is about 462 cases o say ye kasei a ogina eye parliament any wudi nkoma ne bufuo ewo soro nanso sebio we nya abotre a opai de wankasa wani no o say eye ensem ana court cases a nipa edu magina de court ano a ye di o masem sisia no nipa 15 cases ena wo court sisia 15 cases a omu nyina no efa de court mram o say kasa no say eye Yoko nipa bia na omu botuo ejiji cars efa kotikwan so fra brochire ba Ghana ene Ghana hamnyina cars be 29 sebi obronika se luxury cars ya body boa etumi se ebusua dan 500 no o say omotumi agibe 29 o say o ka kire Ghana for say eye oman na otimu no se ubu ofu a ne bu ofu chen ho nanso yentumi fa ni bre enye eni hahan ne de kwa prenkins ma fie nti o say yenyina nya abotre na de bia no eba odi beja ne say Professor Mills oni di dwuma edidi nsawoso a osua ne nantiemu no o say se wuyi eye den eta na se wo de nyam moko ewo de eboba so a sebio wunya abotre na wonyam a obedwin se moko no enyam ntam na wunya abotre na wonyam ne kakra moko no ebefe fiko John Mahama asema okafa eye prosecutions ewo Ghana enso eno no Mr. President take us on bibi for gold board ho o say Ghana for oba abecheche gold in sensemu so akiremo o say eba gold and Ghana yetumi di ensasi yebo eka se gold we ye dia yetumi etu ye kwan paso etumi enya free mu enya sika free mu as Ghana for no yebeto gold no oso omo bae no na omo about 63 tons of gold pen na esi wo ti eka se yeton a na enya sika bia and because of the gold board bae or the samije mfi to ano sebio omo toto nyama ekeka nyama sieni ehun se Chinese fo wiaye India fo wiaye ye be stop illegal mining ye be bo ye ni ankasa egudie ho ban e de emra enhyehyeye ene sikasam toto ye papa abetare ho no o say ye tumi move from 63 tons to 103 tons and me no ka say sa sika ni nyina abaye Ghana sika anything a gold board etumi making over $10 billion in just a year. I see, and so I said your all catch Ghana for the say eba eye Ghana gold munsen sema and ya pass emra ya she emra sebio and gold no ya di bibe sie yenchirima ebeba abewu se gold ni bi wo ho na emra na oma ya she enra e parliament by 2 days ago no the emra no be nyina no say ya gold no ya kodru impempenso bi a aban bia obebe bia no bebia gold ne da no ontumi ton ema ne enkosi ase se yaka se 20 tons da wo ho a 20 tons ene de aban bia ne obetuma ba ka se sa gold wo de nsa bom enti wahemra say ye bebo ye gold no ho ban sebio de ewo ho a ewo se yetumi ton de ade hihye ekuro no ye de ye schools ye de ye kwan ye de hye economy nimu no ende ye betumi na emra beda wa je se gold no ewo se yetumi de tabo no to baby a ye ntumi ndi gold no nkopem a sebio ye beko ye nchiri masikemu nti o se sanyoma we nyina na oye because ono de obi anim se bi ote or buy or the Esla buy or the contingency fund buy or the a lot of fund buy and them no ka say Mahama case ewo ho and the yare kwankro a nipa bebre entumi nko a wontumi fa health insurance entumi enko no and the oko Mahama case a obo obia da ko ene ne nkofo no yare ne surgery akese sika over 12 billion de guma omo de eboa Ghana fo a omo de ko yare kwankro into John Mahama no his life has always been about being proactive and thinking about tomorrow into gold in and someone then or say and yenya gold yetumi to gold ye bon ho ban ye de kwan paso to gold esie gold make sure say obi ntumi mbewia na yesu ntumi nko wie obi no or say sa gold no opese ebi ka ho ma ye nchiri ma no beto na enu ankasa so etumi build a mbre bi a ebedu a gold ehu akọ atwe no ye betumi akọ akọfa bi aton age ye nananom nti o say he is thinking ahead as today yenya gold in there yeton bia ye de bi ye Ghana no ono so mpese gold ni nyina de ensa bebom o de mra ya shembra parliament sa gold ye de tabona to baby a ye ntumi ndi enkom e ho de ye duru ase ye nananom dia in the next 20-30 years no eno na wo so omo so e de bo ekuru hu de bra enti John Mahama ma Ghana fo ati ahye se o chichire man no na oman no enka ye oman no embebunu oman no sebio ya de hia ye nya wo mo kura no omo so woni tirim enti na gold a ye nya no o de mbraba ye de bi to ho ye sie bi aban bi antumi banka se me de me yakufo ado me de me Samira me na me pe gold me wia gold akọ Chad me wia gold de akọ India me wia gold abi ontumi fa nsanka gold because ye de aba parliament abeshembra. Now John Mahama can send me efa eye airport ho. Now I say government to begin work on new regional airport in Sunyane, Bolga and Wa. I say aban eye na aban we or catch Ghana for say omo tenase omo ye nhyehyeye ye ba be ye airport ewo Sunyane omo eba aba be ye airport ewo Bolga Tanga and Wa. Sunyane airport no enhyeda nsuani John Mahama hu ni se o se ye ni yie nti eye Sunyane Bolga ene wa no or the airport ebe kɔ hɔ ema sebio ɛhɔ so akwantuo ene nsawoso nti ebedum pempenso bi companies a mo be kɔ hɔ no mega say okay se me kobie company wo wa metuma bankran within 2-3 hours metuma bankran within 1 hour metuma bankran within 30 minutes nti saa nyoma ne eboa companies investors world class companies etumi di omusika be hye okurum because source of transportation no very important it was say Sunyane Wa any Bolga and the omo da tokrata so a omo so eba benya airport krojin dan soko plane betume tu efri nkran ebetume tu efri Kumase akọ Wa akọ Bolga and ebi so asako Sunyane proper ama Sunyane for omo nyina so and Ghana ye nyina ya chichira bom osaka ensembi efa eye university so ho o say Ghana for government is going to establish 3 new technical universities to strengthen skill development, enhance innovation, and support national industrialization effort. Menoka say, Oko eye John Abujina Pokruma, Okoha, Ubonse, Omuyeden, Omusi University, and a granta, a Chinese for the Maya, Yedisi, a university. Or see or catch a Ghana for say, or Saba see 3 modern universities, or Ghana ha. Senebeya, technical university, I bet to Mabwa, Yemebruna, Omo person, Omoko tertiary institutions, Ekotwa, a university, so. Ekotwa university, so, Omesia, a skill. Technical skill no or say now by way at the krata atwa omo eba besi university technical universities in kwamiensa e Ghana ha sene be ya immebunu no omo peso omo toa amadesua so e Sebio University abreso technical no omo so benya sa university nako into ahye Ghana for bo say ono ne friend John Mahama no bi pen ma Ghana for engineering di munyina munjini di say omo esa aba be den e besi 3 more universities ama Ghana for into mama eno so yemfa nto yekoto dwem now oka bibi efa to ehun President Mahama eka bibi fa to ho na ede na oka fa to ho mama mbiem na kwase bi ankasa Kevin boa oka bibi fa to ho to de no o say I am pleased to inform this August House that for the first time since 2018 Tema Oil Refinery has commenced the processing of crude oil into petroleum products again. Kwame Nkrumah, around the 1960s, I think, ena one Italians ever together ena omusi Tema Oil Refinery. Under John Mahama 1, from 2012 to 2016, even from Atamil's time, proper from 2012 to 2016, John Mahama edi ewada akokoto to yenyina ehu adwuma omo yeye na omo nane fango na eboa Ghana. John Mahama free power 2016. January 2017 Ekufo had taking over. January 2018 ena to omo gu no. Tema Oil Refinery ena omo gu no. Ena omo turn it to into a tank farm. Napo Kennedy Japan Baomia Ekufuado Gabimo omo turn it into a tank farm. It is at Breno, ya the petrol bar, omo kofa petrol, eba, na omo be store omo ankasa petrol, na omo ton Ghana buying. John Mahama be take power in 2025, January. And Menawoka say, John Mahama say, and who's when it ya, Menawoka say, to Tema Oil Refinery, and the NDC are buying, omo refining over 40,000 liters a day. We are talking about 40,000 barrels of fuel. And John Mahama under John Mahama, the CEO of Tor is one of the new discoveries under this government. Wabe show Ghana for say, you can be young, but you can prove to Ghanaians to say, when you are given the job and you know what you are doing, you can do it. The young CEO of Tor, the top 10 CEOs are under NDC government. You cannot pick 5 without picking the CEO of Tor. The young man, very quiet, very simple, paying attention to detail, has proven to Ghana for say, you don't have to be 60 years. You don't have to be 50 years. You have to be in a decent age group to be committed and patriotic to work for your nation. And the Tor works 24/7. And that is what John Mahama are instilling in the young people of Ghana. Sami Jemfi, you go to Tor, you go to BOST, you go to NPA, you go to all these very important state institutions. John Jenapo, you see all these young, humble people who are working hard. Humility, they are listening to people. They are not disrespecting people. They are showing intelligence and commitment to the job. They are serving the people. John Jenapo, the boss, CEO, the Tor CEO. You can talk about Sami Jemfi. You can talk about NYE. You can talk about what these are young people. Go to Mahama Kes, Obuobe Dakumo. Go to other agencies. These are people. Go to Forestry Department, Elikem Kotoko. These institutions, Jifa Gunumuna, they are working. You can see these young people are ready and willing to work for the people. Go to the health ministry. Ejuma Akando is doing very solid. My own. Already Wanya Korasa, Eriko Poku, El Capitano. When it comes to agric, and Ediania Busu Ghana, because of Eriko Poku, the experience, They be na yehu videos and aban for the first time in the history of Ghana. Ekuafo bi blame aban say aban aduane ne dɔɔso bɛtɔ bi. Enso yɛtena ha ama under NPP. Kwasiafo bi bɛka kyerɛ say planting for food and jobs. Omo de bɔdeɛ bɛtum 20 ebegu nkran say otumfo mfiri Kumase ɛmbɛtɔ bɔdeɛ wɔ nkran. Under NPP, under Mahama Baumia, the Kwasia policy by almost a friend planting for food and jobs. Ye Adriane Bako. Under the leadership of Eric Opoku as the agric minister, Adriane Buso is managing the system. He is trying to coordinate with farmers. And then we are seeing bumper harvest. It is because of the collaboration and coordination between the agric ministry and the farming communities. And the 24-hour economy market neighbor, all these farmers, they can send it to this market. That is how you build a nation. And the Mahama ka, or say, and the Orca Sachrawi, Tor, a yet Tema oil refinery, Juma, can in some effort a Juma home. Now, I know MPP for Kokobo, APA, Jimmy. Say, your Mahama say, over 1 million jobs. A bin see or see. Obeji eye banya akonya kese no as a government. The Okane say or see over 1 million jobs have been created, direct and indirect. Now or see between first quarter of 2025 and the third quarter of 2025. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. Now, so Obika said over 1 million and the MPP for nam normal kasa statistical service for I release a statement. Now I must say a year quarter 1 and 2 no na a year over 300,000. So statistical services say over 330,000 jobs have been created from quarter 1 and 2. It means say if it is over 330,000, the possibility say by quarter 3 2025 it is over 1 million. What's the big deal here? Comprehension amonti anase Jimmy na mojimi. When you read the statistical service document itself, this is the executive summary. Statistical service, key labor market outcomes. Let me read it to you. Or say, in the third quarter of 2025, John Mahama Kasano, or say quarter 1 and quarter 3. Or say, in the third quarter of 2025, more than 15 million people participated in labor force. Wait, a statistical service document. Participated in labor force with approximately 87% employed. Now, when you're talking about 15 million people, 87% out of 15 million people, do the math. Now, when you go for it, it says this: employment increased by over 330,000. When they say employment increased by over 333,000, the first question you ask is, where was the employment number, and then where the 333,000 ever taught so? This is comprehension. Or say employment increased by over 330,000 persons between quarter 1 and quarter 3 of 2025, reflecting continued absorption of labor. Female employment consistently exceeded male employment throughout the period. Urban areas recorded higher employment levels than rural areas, while Greater Accra and Ashanti regions accounted for the largest shares of employed persons. So when you read the document from the statistical service said, employment increased by over 330,000 persons between quarter 1 and quarter 3 of 2025. So then you ask yourself, when they said the employment was over 330,000, the probability for we getting over 1 million people between quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, no, it is possible. So what is the noise about? Is it comprehension? Because statistical service themselves said employment basically over 330,000. So if 87% of 50 million people were in the job market and then 87% were able to succeed, then it means that 330,000 people were added to the previous number, which the president HM, so over 1 million people got the job. Unless you say more MPP for Montebrofo, unless you don't understand grammar, unless you don't understand the comprehension, unless you read it is basic, and this is an official document. So 1 million, when you say 330,000, it still means over 1 million, because the 330,000 is not a stagnant number. The statistical service could have said, only 330,000 people were employed between quarter 1, 2, and 3, But they didn't say that. They said over 330,000 persons between quarter 1 and 2. So they are making you understand the probability. So already idea MPs no more Jimmy. You just don't take a document and say, because John Mahama said over 1 million, it means Nipa 1 million in Druye. When you read the document, the statistical service said number 2 million. Now say and the Obecho say 2 million a double R. He is going to tell you say job losses say and the Nipa lose ejuma na Nipa 1 million lose ejuma. Now last month Obecho say Nipa 1 million lose ejuma. Now say Osabecho say Nipa 1.3 lose ejuma. Obecho say over 300,000 people were added to the unemployment rate. Meaning, Ocho said there is a significant number that is there already, and adding this number to the significant number. And in Obeka said over 330,000. The probability that is 1 million, it is high. Into a comprehension, MPP for Jimmy. Into statistical service for Ba. No, Obeka say, oh, last month, over 330,000 people were added to the unemployment rate. It means there was a number that over 330,000 was added. It could be 500,000 people were added to that base number. In some cases, there was an increase of 330,000. That means there was a number that the 330,000 and over was added for you to arrive at the final figure over 1.1 million. So the president was honest with Ghanaians. The president was reading from statistical service documents. This is comprehension. Inti Abronye created over 1 million jobs. And we have to all understand the NDC government continuously, consistently, they have been honest with us. John Mahama has been honest. Already speech where we are, me who MPP Nibia what me jina baby appointing number 5 said John Mahama boy. Nobody. Me who MPP Nibia what me about out boldly to say John Mahama can we or boy. John Mahama can we or boy. All that they are saying, oh, Abronye settings government. Oh, Abronye there. They cannot point to anything because the president has been consistent and he has been honest with Ghanaians. And that is what we have been asking for all these years. Campaign say NDC back to power. Now we needed a government that was going to be honest with the people. We needed a government that was going to tell the people the truth, no matter the circumstances we found ourselves in. And the government way to be taking a bold decision to take a decision on cocoa board, because we needed a government that is bold, that is ready to tell its people the truth. It is our reforms now about where they about cocoa board, no? And then in the next year, no, about changing the life of cocoa board and the farmers themselves. You always need a government that at a point will make very difficult decisions. At the end of the day, no, it will be painful, but at the long run, that decision will help every single person. And no, and I am so happy that John Dramani Mahama and the NDC, they have been consistent when it comes to they telling Ghanaians the truth about how Ghana is state etie. Or can be for feeding grants. Feeding grants. John Mahama Abano aya diebia sebio ehumobo ene senia Abronye etumi twane ni ehwe yenuanoma on a normal day. Debia meka yaka people with a year special needs. Ekufuado falls within people with special needs. But Adeba Ekufuado a year me yana say Okokimbu special needs school. But Ekufuado, when he became president, he never cared about people with special needs. The same as Bawumia. Bawumia is on the line. Ekufuado, he falls behind the line. Mahmoud Bawumia is on the line of people with special needs. So we study Bawumia pa na okasa na se ne special needs ne ba. He is on the line. And I left to see her, and then I right to see her. So you can see, say, when it comes to people with special needs, Ekufuado there, he falls behind the line. Only there he's there. But Bawumia, Nenai Bakusia na Bakusia. But John Mahama ya DB and there, Nami no. Oka Sasam said, this man is a good man. This government is a good government. And Ningnan is saying, government increases daily feeding grants for students in public special schools from 8 Ghana cedis to 15 Ghana cedis per day. Government increases daily feeding grants for students in public special schools from 8 Ghana cedis to 15 Ghana cedis a day. Yenuanuma almost special schools. Sebio. Yenuanubia almost de ayana nyoma kitinkiti binti. Send your moye omonyomano e bia enti se yene. Into unwo bi se Kufuado, unwo bi se ba obi to say ase bibi off. O to mu chema wontumi twe ne constant bi, otumi so online so. John Mahama adwene yemma yenuanom sebio omuhia special assistance. Omuhia emwa. Sebio obi ya omunte seye. Omukotena class ABC de no ma wiegu omutirim. It takes special skill, training, special attention to help those people. And John Mahama say, Oba na Ekufuado, sebio omo muti se Ekufuado a na nka se Ekufuado emma sika ye me yede show mu schools no na Ekufuado emma every student 8 Ghana cedis a day. Ose dabi. Ono de oya president a sa nyoma no ehia no nipa eda na koma so. Into what he has done and say, watu omo feed nim Sa nipa kakra bi a omo special schools no we yi omo feeding every 8 cities or they call 15 Ghana cedis. Sebio I say omo nipa sa no omo here a lot of attention, a lot of nutrition, a lot of their assistance. Sebio se me ne wudi beans ana me no mienu di kosua baako a omo no be here kosua miensa because they need a lot of nutrients, they need a lot of assistance, they need a lot of things to keep them to that level. Omo do to say into John Mahama, even though Ekufuado anya ma nua, Ekufuado anya ma onora ne nkofo, Ekufuado anya ma enuanom a motese ono no. John Mahama se ono de onte se Ekufuado, obeboa ye enuanom a omo special schools nti. And then wato omo feeding nim grant nim from 8 cities ako 15 Ghana. Yenya abotre ne nhwe sa ye enuanom no because omo kan ho. This is something I was say Ekufuado fa fon no free Mahama danase. I was saying na do danko Ekufuado efa eye phone no ka che John Mahama said John Mahama me da was say obi ti se me ene masefo sebio watumi ama weni akoye ho wedwa na dada ni nyina wedwa afere wubuofu se de enyumbre na gabiti eye British Airways moko UK or the first class Gabi ampara ko airport wanfa yemfi wanfa VIP mpo Gabi ochede akon power. And the Gabi Ochidako. I have a video of Gabi Ochidako. Or the British Airways. Oshofia. Gabi Ochidako. Time or more 2 minutes. Or took as a president. The bag 50. The bag is 50. And the Gabi Ochidako took as a quarter. And that is the reality. And Nana the Danko Kufuado will be so obedanasia. On for phone and a on Fred John Mahama because John. Little John, I really appreciate you. I appreciate you because myself and Bawumia, we are within that bracket. And you have proven to us that you are human than us. So continue. Ekufuado nipa, oye nipa papa, okanokra, sa no beya na nadwi. Now, John Mahama sa kan sembi. Na ni nyina fa eye World Cup ho. World Cup. Me unsa sofu bi hye nkom. Ya nhwe ya ntokwa besi America World Cup number so obodam. Amba so cry at America. Mudi amkwase asebde bia mu hu damage. Now ade na ntokwa na bi nsi eye Canada. World Cup ya nya America nko na eye no. Vision na nyankopon yi kire no we nyi Mexico di ankire we nyi Canada di ankire America nko a. Ya nko na your problem. John Mahama President 1 eka nsem ya no pe okane brofum President 2 bi ba be chirechirem ewo akankasem. President 1 eka so no say we must ensure supporters wishing to go to the World Cup return as it took a lot of work to get off the US visa ban list. I hope this event does not put us back on it. Or see Osremo Ghana for more pressure mo beko America go World Cup. Osremo kaisa na nsia US there to less so na yentumi mpo enya visa emba America. Ose World Cup ne de onsi obi akwan se mema ne nko. Ose obepese Ghana for dodo obeko akohwe Ghana na yabo agi omoso oni ebeko aye ne obebo oni ebebo aye ne obebo ye asante kotokoto se ye gigi akase phobia obi ase ye phobia obi ase ye untumi ntake ose mu nyina eye se mo be de mo betumi akọ America akohwe World Cup no na ose mo na my imagine say mudu America amomba fie no osremo ya the list no be ma Kevin Taylor ya de obia picture ya de obia din samoba na mankwa Kevin Taylor be kwa report mama ice ɛne deɛ mɛka kyerɛ mo muntie money ebebo ayene mo bebo money ebebo ayene mo bebo money ebebo ayene mo bebo asati ko say gigi phobia obiase aye phobia obiase aye phobia ultimate take only that day only draws only flabbergasted John Mahama say mo am beso boko work up no nyame enem nko monya process ni nya pepepe obi obeso ko support Black Stars bia no he is happy he support monkai America for the to list so nansia no muni ye say omoma na nka ompese ye beba America o say BBT America for the year free sa red list nim o say yen kan kire mo say Ghana for a mobile World Cup or America no o say oti ase say the moment I will be apply ye beji information udin was so or picture e was so no you for the documents in Ghana embassy wa America. Now for the information in Ghana embassy wa America. What is going to happen? And they say Ghana embassy na what DC any New York no. Ombe hold the document no. Ye real World Cup na say you wuse one ba tamp document in the eyes. And I would like to say this because we are check. I would like to applaud the ambassador, Mr. Victor Smith. And especially the Ghana consulate New York. In fact, you know something? There is something recently man notice, and for a very long time Ghana for Bebre, they were complaining about the services are Ghana embassy edema Ghana for America. But for about a year now, or a year and almost about 3 months, after a year, Mr. Victor Smith, the consulate director or a year New York. I am trying to get his name. Do you have the man's name? Do you know the reason I'm saying that? Meshada Suma ni pebi momo call Ghana Embassy New York. I wanted to test the system to see how quick and how professional sa Ghana Embassy New York they have become. Because you see, for some time now, a lot of Ghanaians complained a lot about Ghana Embassy how their services here. Now, man, for complaining about Washington DC and the Boadu and the Baumia, there were some people too who were complaining a lot about almost services in New York City. Now, what I did was, I had a couple of friends, and I'm person called Ghana, and I'm because but I can't find the visa, the passport, and Ghana Embassy, Washington DC. Now, I also enfa Nediano enko New York City. I wanted to see something, but as somewhere na Mama Kai, I've always wanted to applaud the ambassador himself, Victor Smith, and also the man who is in charge of the New York consulate, a friend of Caleb Amwa. I deliberately made my cousin Busa Semani didn't say, you know what? This is my cousin until New York. This is my cousin until Ohio. And I'm catching and say, send it to New York. I'm doing something. I don't say, call. Me was 3 months to go to Ghana. Now my passport number. I said, just do it. Just make sure when you send it, add a return bill. Make sure that your passport doesn't get missing. Hey, the professionalism now. Omudiabeka embassies no hano, especially that Mr. Caleb Amwano New York, the consulate, that guy, it is exceptional. When was the last time I would say Obi complaining about New York consulate? Something is going on there. Somebody wasn't professional. My passport ko my friend Omanfa. This is the first time I have seen any office in America, a Ghanaian officer. Their work ethics is abrofu. They are not perfect. But I am beginning to see, changes are back. And I'll give credit to the ambassador, Victor Smith himself. Because you see, experience is important. And for him working with people with experience and understanding the work and giving them the room to also use their experience to make sure, say, the right things are done. No? I was shocked. I was amazed. And if I open the phone lines like that, Mr. Caleb Amoano, I think say he is the acting consul general. Caleb Amoa. He's one of the most fantastic people. And you don't get people complaining about Ghana consulate in New York. You don't get anybody complaining. When was the last time Otis Obika say, hey, and a Ghana consulate, New York, me call hono, and yes, say, when you call, they pick. The professionalism is changing overnight. Visa processing, passport, everything is on point. And sometimes you ask yourself, inti yawo nipa abutumi adwuma. And this is Mr. Caleb, who is in charge of that place. Mr. Caleb Amoa, and the ambassador himself, who is also in charge of all the consulates, and also in DC, an office. Now you can see the professionalism. People are not complaining, say, I'm my passport, I can't talk to anybody. I cannot talk to anybody. Nobody's picking my call. Because people, the way they returned my cousin's passport in 3 days, expedited. And when they even sent it, they had to call him to say your passport has been mailed to you. They never knew say it was my cousin. I wanted to see. But they put me to shame. They basically embarrassed me. And every day now when team say I'll talk about this matter. Ghana form New York, Ghana form Washington DC, they can attest to this. The changes. And if you have met the ambassador before, the last time I went to Ghana and I'm back, I was on the same flight with Mr. Victor Smith. And you will be shocked to know, imagine on your ambassador. The humility. He was walking through the line like any other person. Talking to ordinary people. Explaining things. I was in my seat and I was watching the man. I was like, now these people, they are making the job so easy. They are making things look like you can walk to any government official and speak to them for them to give you answers. And that is what we wanted all these years. Jenny Abronye no, they hear you. Your embassies no ebetie ye kasa mo betie, ye from mo befa, ye hear assistance am be maye finito. Ye no mo betena ha de mo pa bi be ya mamo. And Ambassador Smith and Mr. Caleb Yaboa, the consular, New York embassy. These are exceptional people, especially the New York people. And see, I am using this platform to say, I'm applauding them. They have done marvelously well. And they need to make things more better. And I know from the experience of this man, I know they are going to change things there. And the ambassador, of course, everybody knows his experience and what he has done. Oba Victor Smith, in Ghana politics, nobody knows Victor. Nobody can say only Victor Smith. In Ghana politics, he's a comrade, a pure NDC JJ Rawlings fighter to this point. They understand the party, they understand the service, they understand the commitment. So Victor Smith is a grassroots member. No abedruha. His exceptional experience is there. You cannot get any bad thing to say about that man. Ope Infantini Benina, very respectful. At his age, he's still talking to young people like they are his colleagues. That is service. That is people showing respect. We are Ghana in our Shamia. Let's give them credit. The Ghana Embassy in Washington, D.C., and then the consulate area, New York, led by Mr. Caleb Amoa. Exceptional people. These are things. More pesa moko US no. More pesa moko World Cup no. President say monko na mumbra. Last me hu say kwasie bi Abronye o se de okuta list bi e na de ndie mo de moma kwasie no mbobom din muduru e beje pictures nyina. Wa o pesa wo kɔ World Cup no fa ekwan paso. So wa ko be bia ko tro udin a it does not automatically guarantee you access to the World Cup. It is why you say the kwasie how the list akoma Abronye be mo akɔ World Cup and the ujimi. We are going to make sure the right people come to the World Cup. They have to go through the right process. It is why you say Abronye kwasie we bobo udi on TV so be mo akɔ World Cup and you bodam. Make sure you follow the process and make sure you do the right thing. That is the only way. That is the only way I will be to about World Cup. Depending on what you say, Abronye kwasie the num kan we bobo udi as a benya list ni and am so kwasie we the num say ate. Where Jimmy for we and who can we able din just a guarantee World Cup. It is not going to guarantee you any World Cup. it is not going to guarantee you any World Cup. Inti, obey the right now, you're the right thing. They now obey no guarantee World Cup. Kwasi ade say Abronye Boadu and then the guarantee World Cup. Do the right thing, follow the procedure, make sure the right things are done, you will get access to the World Cup. As simple as that. The State of the Nation, President Debre and the Ghana no. Akabako enye President Mahama esa de tato. President Mahama say it is gratifying. Brofo no kanu. It is gratifying to note that my colleague leaders in West Africa have declared me, John Dramani Mahama, unopposed by the grace of God, sole candidates for the position of chairperson of the African Union when the rotation chairmanship returns to West Africa in 2027. Ose Ghana for Odamwase. Na emwa odo enempaye modia support na aban. Respect I will show musumu show amano. Ende odia koma pa. Ene odo kachire mu nyina mo say. Eye ECOWAS. West Africa eye president nyina mo ECOWAS. Omu nyina aba together say 2027 eye chairmanship a eba Africa no. Omo West Africa nyina agi ono jo Mahama tum ede sebio omonsa esikrata so ahyebo edinsie say 2027 because of what Ghana for odo any support any emwa ne empire amodi aboa no ma ewiase afa ne nyina ene ne nuanom eye leaders omo West Africa ehu adwuma pa omo yenti 2027 ne nuanom leaders omo West Africa ha ahye ne bo say ono John Dramani Mahama chairmanship na eba West Africa no he is going to be the chairman of ECOWAS 2027. So omoto cashew price omoto no 12 Ghana cedis per kilo still 12 Ghana cedis. It is obinam radio so TV so NPP ni binam ekuro bi so akwotena bebi say cashew for yate sika so 20% a omo se munsi omo hu omo nka no kore omo boa ekumaku a cashew ehye omo ase a from TCDA omo say cashew bi ani wa yate so o Ghana sika obutuama cashew for a kilo eye 12 Ghana cedis a kilo eno na omo da hutia omo ente cashew sika so inti NPP for nama sa jandam no mamunjindi John Mahama aban no eba for ekuafo obeye bibia protect ekuafo inti we jandam so a yakele and me no ka say cashew a kilo 12 Ghana yente so baby gina ene gina mema obi end adao cashew farmers mamo empanike NPP for boa atro ba omia na small mo bedi sa atro no omu ni asempa pe bia ka kire Ghana for Jimmy any atro and adoko NPP for cashew is still selling a kilo 12 Ghana cedis bibia sesan now President Mahama yire Lodina Mahama as usual the track record in politics human service obia wabua Ghana in her service public and private ode John Mahama esi nchen Lodina Mahama nko adwuma wa ye endorse che NPP as a political party from Kufuor to Bawumia mamen kan biem uyi John Mahama si nchen ne Kwame Nkrumah si nchen a Lodina Mahama hospitals ne clinics a wesi wo Ghana no endorse chen Kufuor ene Kufuor ne Bawumia hospitals o mosi Ejebo Ejasa Bedu Lodina Mahama to hand over maternity and children's ward to Karachi East wasa ababiem or the another hospital Ebema Karachi East for or Babe hand over Sa hospital no the first lady Lodina Mahama would on Saturday February 28 Ochina Nyameboa uwa Karachi East John Mahama or then Lodina Mahama omo baho mo maternity baby a emma mo nyam a mo pese mo wo efa mo ho fa mo ba no John Dramani Mahama yire asesi maternity ward foforo kronji vim clean or the air be mamo say eho na monko wo enje mo ho enje mo mba enti ochina 28 no John Mahama na yire Lodina Mahama eba Karachi East maternity and children's ward no or the bottom sika esi through the Lodina Mahama Foundation no omo say ochina munhia omo na omumbia no maka kire mo Samira Bawumia nani bri to me and so sebio nyansa yedigi to me no onibi and nyansa yede boa to me onibi. Samira Bawumia be second lady. The oye and say otam Ghana sika efu plane echo India. So or the kwasia eko sra kunkumba jafo beifo ba. Ote Ghana and on a soft small boys chempena. Kwasia paying their friend Uche now on the chempena. Samira downful. Uche kodi no ama ene one Samira ni uche intom tete ye no enu nti abone dam he munim de ba enti Samira Bawumia kwasi ampanyi no monka nche ne say owu no koba na abadwene first lady ho na memeti ase onyankopon eti ase onya first lady ndida enti Lordina Mahama one eye nikunu John Dramani Mahama through the Lordina Mahama Foundation no omo kwa kobie maternity and children's ward ewo eye Karachi East ochina wa area ho nyina munhia eye Lordina Mahama ewo Karachi East na onyankopon dimu okokroko onyankopon otonsuo sebio odoye no omwa na dwumade we enkoso pepepe onyame enhira so na onyame ento eye omo a omo yi bibi from botom emasa dwumade we ekoso nyame enhira o nyame enhira me ochina Saturday o se tia se yesu ye chairman eye chairman wuntumi eko for national chairmanship ewo NPP mu na munyina munim say we eye paid sponsorship eye nipa amwo chairman wuntumi camp and a friend me say omo pese me ye advert ma chairman wuntumi say ne be ya NPP for ebeto ama no amana be national chairman of the NPP. Now the woman nyina say me krampo no me ni je ho efri say na me pese chairman wuntumi ewini inti chairman wuntumi ne de ye nyina ye pese grassroots any delegate abokoto aba no monfa tumi no enhye chairman wuntumi nsem no be national chairman efri say Professor Melsikan or say the wheel of justice grinds slowly but enyam so a enyam no fiko sa ebe we e na megina so ama aka kire MPP for say mumma nyina yen kan humbom na yemfa tumi e ma chairman wuntumi na mo de mani wi a me kire ma de kodie ntia me support chairman wuntumi say mumma ne be national chairman of the NPP sa party ne friend NPP no say me envy omo me envy one thing about them, their ability to discover foolishness. I just say, their ability to discover foolish people. Like, some year MPP got talent when we moon you say, Omo ko shede mu no mu you. She'll be to say, Yandoh. Like, what twice a mic, or one case what twice a mic. Why say yes a mic? That did be. Black no. She'll be to say Abronye. She'll be to say Akwya no tini kwasia no ho fin. She'll be to say just say look at the kind of people. I just say almost shada no mkoye MPP got talent wo wurem. Na bega say judges ni emotia ne nso no. I feel some here wo wurem. I think say they go into the forest and they do what we call MPP got talent. Into what big Jimmy no more 5 about year beyond discover be. Every year MPP discovers a foolish person. And Oman discover 5 day or maybe and I will study. Every year you see one discovery. And that is one thing I think say my research I don't get it. How are you people able to do it? And before I am saying I don't know I am not more special place be a moko and your forms be a nan for failing. Mumma is a link because the way you people are able to discover foolish people, it amazes me. Girl, ya was a buntie, sa girl, ya was a buntia, Anna, Nena, girl, Titia, why is a buntie? She be. Girl, ya was a buntie, like Osiwenima. I said, condom idea to attraction. Girl, why is a buntie? I don't go for some money free. I don't want to say free. Like almost some special. I'm still investigating. Me say every 3 months be a omuko meeting will be on yes no. Every 3 months be a MPP. I was some place be a omuko MPP got talent. Omu yen wo ho. Omu to be discover Jimmy for. Na omu what's omu pop up. O say Where's omu free? Just say omu we no say release your system nim. NPP got talent. Meaning how they have that ability, conscious move, deliberate, tactical, strategic moves that to discover such talents. Into the biana, mibusa say, Sanyo manano munyana wen, nipa, I not omomotesono, judges no, winamu. NPP got talent, and I know when I'm a judge. Because as a man, 1 year, be release by 5. Every year, mutu be 5 ba. I'm envious of that thing about NPP. Me nim more link be among send there, near follow link no. More link be able to me. I follow her. Move be an ASN to me follow me because it amazes me. Some bobo di unwi. She obi to say, yes, fancy comedy. Say Obama. A young girl now I say buntio. On friends saying, sa girl be I say buntio. It's why I say we for buntio. Your friend saying, my friends, sa girl, my friend saying. Me name the jeans idea no. I say we for toilet, be for buntio. And no be be say Abronye. No be be akwa kwase and the two lines Jimmy Jen who fin. No, year be I want to 5. Anya 5 candidates. NPP got talent. Me nim baby omuko tu omu free. Me nim baby omu tena assessment no. Me nim baby a link no omuko click nya application no. Jimmy ni everlasting. Seriously everlasting. I say Jimmy no documentation no adokuro. The Jimmyization has Jimmyized. Just say I just show be good Sheldon. So sometimes when I look at these people, say, Mona mo kasama NPP about power. Yaji pensioner for sike nyina edi. Mo sa nkwasiafo na moma NPP about power. Mo. When I kasama Boadu. Boadu twice a penguin. Boadu. Boot steady no. Wait. Kekan kwasia se be hwom samso wemu. Now, sanko for me to match so nyina tena dem achiro ma de. These are daft nicompoons. Just say politics now is so low. Utmi who be a okasama MPP radio. So say, hey, MPP na yana na ba for ko totiti in sambo remun. Wem na ti Angel FM. Any city dia ekasama MPP. Akoi awa Mohammed. Me say, wait. It you just into amount 4%. Omudi ba omi aba power. NPP got talent for na modi omoba. NPP got talent. Yes, and chese me jayo. Member 5 times a day be a week be member 4 times a week. Inti after 7 years no, and yes Kevin Taylor is awful. So member 5 days a week meteso about 4 days a week. Anything I make at 7 years on air no. It is I'm got 7 years I go after 7 years there Kevin Taylor be call. That be after 7 years no, met me days no so baako. Week no matter so baako and yes 7 years me close it down. Into more my somebody about me about power no. Me wa how obi any obetu about me about power. Me call me wa nobody. Obi any Ghana or your MPP ni obetu about me about power. Me metiana me so me adwuma na mo ye bi no. Nobody. Na mo wan nim nyansa. Mo MPP for wan nim nyansa. Mo MPP communicators wan nim nyansa. When a bit to Makasama Ghana ni ajinedi, more MPP communicators. When a bit to Makasama bit to say, oh, I'm pow. Where do you nim nyansa? Where do you for GDA enko? Where do you onunti? Hey, Mumu Makasa, when nim nyansa, or bit to Makasa chin because Abronye wakasam, metwa MPP, wenti, why more bene? More one nim nyansa, or bit to Makasa convince Ghana ni. One nim nyansa, MPP communicators. Why nim nyansa? Say, obetumatina radio so akasa na obitu akasa me de tumi be maba omi a mo committee na musa mo say eh enti me betuma akasa se obi adwuma ba omi aba power I musa mo sa question no ba omi ankasa e ka ono nkwa na oto a otu busa no say e de na omoka de na e kasa mami ono ankasa to bi busa no ho otu bi busa no say wan mo na kasa mami we mo na de me ba power busa no ono ankasa onim ne yire Samira nim say ba omi antumi ba power and makache ba omi mokwa Samira di no it has affected you to my for Jimmy Kono me president 2.0 on tiasia for Jimmy Kono dia na betima The near bring back Ghana and Sama on Tiazame a President 2.0. Dear Napasoye. Hey, Reverend K, aka President 2.0. Me, and I'm the President of the Republic of Ghana. John Mahama knew I'm dear dear. Professor Nano Pukwaji Makrani. Number three, no. Number three. Many person know, Alban. Me feel no. Me do something. Some I many part no. I say me. Me fancha no. I number three. Me feel the time. And then order number three. We tear bro for that. No, or a health minister that do. Why health minister check. And son and Koran we in Aba. By the order. I number three no. Number three a bre is also new. Number three a da is so good. Number three. Number three. Father, oh father. Father, oh father. Father nja puman father so njem father da hukutem. We be the dinner about what father boy. All right, so thank you very much for tuning in. Father, media so ni me wodo bade me. Minya wa me fancha. Wo de woni ma de ne dada. Enti ade no ye mfa tete ai. De maka ne de hudwuma ne enko enim. Anya sa de mesa ba biem. Ene de me maka kire wo. Enti good evening to Obia Oshami Enyumbre. Father, oh father. And the father no, the father emre. Hey father. Number three, Opela boy, no. Number three, wine. Dankoe number 2. Number 3 no number 3 mom number 3 ni din. Na Dankoe na botu. Dankoe de 2 ni di obetu ase on sre. Bapa. Number 3 no na ye adukwe papo. Adukwe papo ana. Number 3 na wine. Number 3 na wine. House of Ogu for number 3 na wine. One na ball left back no. Ewo time na Dankoe botu no. One na ball 3 no. Dankoe Coman way or ne pokra on the obekai. Coman time na Dankoe botu no. One na time na Dankoe botu na oseko for strike no. Na one ball 3 no. One na ball 3 no. Coman on na me you be me bent in the game. Ajatete. Hey, ajatete on the Maserati. Hey. Okay, Inter Milan for Captain Maserati was at the end, you know. Ajatete to sa, Osipega piano on Ajatete about Captain's band, Ajatete. Na Franka Mankwa de Sekotoko, I amankwa a badiano no, Bayreba, I Franka Mankwa to Missy Peg, or tuning and sign SC boss, na born joke, case 5. Referee said, wait, change the ball. Aquana born 9. Frank did zeni obakoro etre na ankore ni so e no de ni na boom na Frank Amankwa oni tompo se Frank Amankwa osano odi be 17 no de call eye China enti bebia na otino Longyin Street na tompo so was our street so enti ne nkwara brema onyini Frank Amankwa Mr. S get me Frank Amankwa's picture enti tamadanko ebotu na Amankwa mreku na botre ai ana ajatete Amankwa mreku na Amankwa mreku na botre ba na meka eye Frank Amankwa Amankwa eye Bayreba ona na botu ema eye den ema Asante Kotoko gigigigigigigigig Asante Kotoko say yeah Kevin obi eni braba president Matna say gigigigigigigig it is ata na Bayreba na botu hey Asante Kotoko say yeah. Good evening to Herbert Mensah. Hey, Herbert Mensah so the obeji Kotoko fu. Na ne ate or a hard guy. Herbert Mensah I oba no be chenji Kotoko. Herbert, hey, oba no bone Lacoste be nice guy. On be ma 10 gram very nice guy. Or sat bro full British accent be hello. Good evening. That time Joe Lakamo. I any sometime amukuma say omo friend no o yebetimi ne AC wakasa. I o friend bro na ba. Herbert na Kotoko CEO. Then na be ka o kabrofo nkabrofo. That time appear stadium munya no monte brofo. Appear stadium brofo. As appear no. Ma bro mu appear so bro. Munya na mkosi mansion man na appear bre. Na Herbert Mensah ba Asante Kotoko. Eh that time no. Mo koran kwasiafo mu time Zamalek e hye nyina na nyina Kumasi Sports Stadium. Ai Zamalek be hye nyina mgyina obi. Na Herbert ba no be je Kotoko. That time Kotoko egu Kasbin mo be diskani nyina. Kasbin ona ne nkofo alo ye wosika ena mo di Kotoko sika. Alo ye wosika omo ba obi ani sika wo no mo da tutu omo ti we di wosika wo ye ne Kotoko si wo di a omo ba panyan. Ye ne Kotoko chairman na panyan. Ena Herbert so that time no ono na ohye eyi London. Ono steady Kotoko ena hu Kotoko for problem. problem no hu unsa sante kotokofo nte brofo e no se mo me do metika yatetia one day atiase asantini abrantie bi tenten gramo yesi yakofo refi abrochira ba ode na be kotokosi o ene se hwan Herbert Baya Herbert Ntitwi yesi the new CEO is going to have a press conference yakoya be matintin gramo nice guy ya nyina bia enum we do free yesi asantini no wasa no hwe ne kala no fe yamba na we ne be hwetim no. And also, good evening. My name is Herbert Mensah. I'm the CEO of Asante Kotoko now. I'm going to make sure that this club gets back to its glory days. 1935, this team was put together, and Your Royal Highness Otumfuo Tutu has actually appointed me to lead Asante Kotoko. Right now, we need to have a new structure. Now, Kotoko, Kumasi for sports presenters. Where do you wait? Herbert Okuta crank. Herbert, a hard guy fucking. And then there was also a rugby. Herbert, Herbert, we feeling rough. And I want a cheap press conference for fair. I film go do a year studio. Omuko chirima. Omunyina ko and a city and Amuko house. They said they do 2 for the other than that was your nana. Where dear, yet also sorry. Nasi no abano. Messi Juma Obedino. As my Herbert in introduction. One can at Yankas and Kaso be a Makotoko. And Omuti radio. So, hey, Messi Bama Papa no hard. Na papa no na no ne brofo yesi de no kan ye say na o hwe no fe pa na o hwe se bi o kasa ne de obetuma abo akotoko pa na o hwe na no ne brofo jola kan ti brofo sometime anti brofo om de de gas yokumasi a sometime and jola kan boom for minipa no mo and I'm say enti Herbert be ye den onom so Herbert waba na esi no ofri UK de ba ye or the ideas aba na de chin ye na kotoko start bogum afi ye ko stadium gate sikadia no Herbert ba no kuta som South Africa tundra kakra kabi ne tai chain dancing o tieto te hon che CEO South Africa Herbert wa a condition nice girls at the front Herbert where the this is me now so say be work Herbert Mensah ana Satam Herbert uno tawa ne kano engineer utiaska krevia CEO na Herbert kwaro o steady kotokofo no so king of o hwe suit da o mu place o hwe suit na kotokofo o match bi na Herbert kokko gigi suit bi ni me bi okosi sa suit ni free utumu play bi na suit da ne ha na Herbert sakoto kambu one fella munim fella okoto kambu fella kambu no de ka ho Herbert Mensah okuta crank and no buy no or the trousers mom no kotokola course no se monje na monhye kambu na monhye suit and ankofo yi asantifo players o mahye suit ni kambu obu okura wo no hye suit ni kambu da Herbert edi mami bi ko jero dress nkofo yi and ye bie gate no and kotoko supporters ye rade ye hu kofo yi jo asanti kotoko sa time na akwa bi Mr. B una benim akwa bi se no esofo se die no otonyo ma asanti kotoko no etwapon kubisa I run say bibi from pom Mr. P akwabi na otonyoma ayi kotokotib no oyesofo in ready answer Mr. P your friend saying Mr. P this one you got to give me the video akwabi na say na oye santini bi otosofo osofo oto kotokonyum bi in ready answer Jack Mr. P sakwa no ena saa kwa no so de nyum agirem Mr. P enyo manya metiase Mr. P Frankaman thank you Mr. P do you know that your friend BB Frimpong set Frimpong Reverend set Frimpong Mr. P get me Reverend set Frimpong as I take otoko enyom no fama me na me to aso na de me hiti Herbert a crank guy fucking Herbert Mensah set Frimpong and Reverend set Frimpong to this and you shame and I got to place the Pia Bontini. Pack I am ma aba peso. Miss Atam as a side hop. Mr. Srock take me one place in Po. Usika sa. Uni we fonate. Ubetumakasa. My dinner my lem nam tare down. Yo na got to place this suit no more call. Na Satam Herbert in Pia Bontini. Hey, Herbert, a hard guy. We're stadium when you know, say, where must I go for? We would yet. A Juana de Reverend from Boy, he said from Boy, Taquano. Herbert is the cacao. ena kotoko players ewevu sa time no uduru gate ya jiji gate fee na ya jiji ene de gu politin bag mu abroso amanfo otua you be get from 12 o'clock. About 2 pay, you see ticket in Asa. Se still a baby, you say, Mufangu Politin bag, Mukobu Apia Stadium. Apia Stadium and NGG Scout Stadium ho. Apia Stadium, the Jumano. Now, if you plastic bag, I can see, now man for the goom. We take it in a Fatum Nako. Open question with this one, the Herbert suit aba. Herbert Mensa the suit as a Kotoko player. Who try get via Usro, who bought them. Now, what suit that? Who sees one with a player suit to that? And your team is now Hubi. And I be a bag room. It will get be a politin bag. I can see no trash bag no. And you beam as Mr. Duano this kind of gum no ticket. Ya ton ticket in every year, ton ticket no. About 12:30 the ticket in the side. I haven't say hey no ticket. Munjai ton kwasi for. Ya can you move from good bag him. Mr. P. We take crime ya. Show crime start. Mr. P. Get me set from Pong. Set from Pong and Kotoko. No. Mr. P, I beg you, get me that song. Mr. P. Anna. Set from Pong, Eddie Jim. Kotoko, I beg Jim, Herbert Mensa. I think for 2 yogurt. I would 2 yogurt. Now Herbert Pejan and Sa. See you, na pack the that time. The anyone can have a book. For na moi. Only Kotoko Bebo. Yasha suit. Yasha Kambu. You were red Lacoste. And you was set from Pong. And you see also one fair. And you water coma, see a bontine, tundra. And a girl cocotti him. Now we catch the obese okumas what bodam. Referee no, I want to bet penalty. Me say, Anna, Herbert so we redeem in call for or redeem say me, Mamma can show. Herbert and Mamma Sias be a reader santivo. I send a message to Santimemu. Herbert Manson the bachelor sat plan. Satan age the new plan or Herbert the bachelor plan. And a Herbert edit me. Sadia do Christ gave me a share to 1-0 so then. You know, I feel get a chicano, a politin get to be a politin bed 20. You are near one in no VIP gate in the one more. Now, Herbert, the tundra near beer 2 near Sagum, appear stadium, the Kohana County, or Sagum, your man light one, Papa Herbert, appear why the Ochanopa, Ayabra, appears a South Town Politin or 2 near them. I said, Chairman, the team no doing in a Santimam Cotswall. Now appears to the Tamba Gris and what 2 near them. Appears to them to Jiscan or the General Kumum Pim, because or a Chichigana or the Santimai. She do a dear could buy a note, your Obako, Jenny Free, you buy the real crowd, your company. One hour about Jessica. Your Tajiana or Chantiana, a year I could not free your mile. You really did not tell who to Jessica or get that one. What about just until my open down? Come for not to cry girlfriend, Granny and Breno. Now, what be just saying? What be you get 50? Una be just until my open down. And I think it will move. And I'm just a gum. No, I'm just a good canum. Tundra, or baby to front, air conditioner, ball, glass now. Glass in are you cold? Now have it a run kakra. Are you done? Or say, yeah, I can't crack. No, Mr. Gum. Have it on catchy, where Jimmy. Oh, boy, but Jessica, I was a catchy. Have it to man who run glass kakra. Please, are you guys done? Are you done? Are you done? I say, Chairman, you know, but say, with a row, my man from Uncle Can, row, no, Mr. Sabag, Gum. Moko Tapia Stadium. No, Mr. Sabag, Gum, Sika ma, no, Mr. Sabag, bed 30. Nina Sika Bapeso. Take it, ya, Tora, ya, Sika Gubagum. Now have a Tikanum. Now, on the girl, bit him, Tatan, nice lady. How are you doing? See, Miss Mina Mess a habit. Minina mess a habit, Minia. Papa, wait, dear, see, boy, nice, no. See, you are born the bribe, I be do no. Guy, we do him, so, hey, see, you are boss and Tessana habit. Habit could tell a crank rather than by a cousin, why dear habit in your bois kotoko, and dear habit in the changing kotoko, habit in a bois, a yakotoko, makotoko, bay kotoko. And an army who could habit. And I habit, I feel tears like a boom, I pass about. Yeah, we are cabacco, akaboto, akaibaco. You know, get 32 dear no. Omunyam for bag in my way, the boss here, channel, appears to the regional gate. No, Munyan in town from rather habit to be was and to mine. Messi come for not to crawl, charging my sick job by no, near the Yenisan. Oh, have When I bet you guys I was at the kotoko oh bodam. Near the boy near Jina corner near Hebet about bro or boasante say. Now we try to in penny for or mob food. Hey, Hebet or boasante say. No women have a boasante kotoko. I na Hebet or take care Musa no tear calls. Now appear stadium bogate in Coco or Besoni Hebet Casa said, Ujina Fonso near any interview. And that time you for a friend. Oh. That time Peace FM Jim, Casmin FM Jim, na Peace FM for na friend. Sa game ni wie. Hello, Pacha ya pasi ni eye Kotoko CEO. Oni time krampo, born no wie ma or koma. Yesi also be ma ya mbreka kana oni akasa. Inti esi ano ye ne saka eye CEO of Asante Kotoko. Utie Peace 104.3. Ye sports de obi anim say na Ghana ye di anim. Me Pacha say CEO aye radio mo ye ne kasa. Hello CEO. Hello. Omekachi wo bodam. Now Omekachi na obusa nisikana sam na o kind of saying. Hello CEO. Hello, how are you? I can hear you. Yeah, CEO where the that's say enyumbre oni yakasa Peace 104.3. Ye pesen ke busu na bonu and the Asante Kotoko nyoma ma ye de ye hu ama Ghana ye hu adwiriye. CEO asem kekrebe na obeka kire eye de course nyina o stadium time ye gigi from gate to wall ebedu time Kotoko press no eba ya na press ni nyina ehye eye coat a omu nyina hye kambu am omu yi hanky ehim CEO mpa wo de yenim se onimbre chirechire mu ye de esrewa. So thank you very much to your listeners, and thank you to 24722 for giving me this opportunity to lead Asante Kotoko. You know, we appreciate Kotoko so much. I just want to say it's been marvelous. It's been fantastic. As a young Akan boy, I never envisaged that I will be the CEO of Asante Kotoko. Today's history making, and you saw the supporters come in their numbers. And I'd like to tell you, this is just the beginning of everything. As you can see, the structure is building. Now we have the Kotoko newspaper, we have the Kotoko flag. We're going to be selling the ticket, the t-shirts, the jerseys. So this is new, as you see on the EPL and around the world. And it's interesting. I'm very happy because the people of Ashanti have accepted Asante Kotoko new face. Hey, see already at that part now. Na nkofo busa say sika nipa dom a mo bu ebe stadium ho a sebio na aba peso ne bibimpo enya baby ntia no na musika gigiem no na etsen because edum be pempen so bi ehunsa police fo no kwapo de omo paaba nti ebe ye de Kotoko boka na Kotoko amboka efisa de ekono amanfo bi kekese na ticket ne si omo ntibiam na nipa ehurihuri na afi amanfo de sika bi bag bi na agigi we de see we de srewo uni reporter be counsa. Yeah, I've